And with that, the Dungeon Master has finally returned. They thought that they could lock me up in chains and withhold my true power. But they were wrong. They all were wrong. Behold the power of the Dungeon God. You can't see me, but now you can. You can't see me, but now you can. One more time? No. The third time. Hello, my friends, and welcome to a game of Dungeons and Dragons, where I will graciously bestow upon you my power. My power of storytelling, of dice rolling, and definitely not fudging the odds in my favor. I can't fucking see. There's hair in my mouth. I don't like any of this. I hate this fucking wig. But god damn it, you guys asked for it, and oh lord, fuck. I hate it all. I hate it all. It looks so raggy. I know. Thank you, Raven. Please send me your comb while you're at it, because I definitely need it for my type of hair. Of course I do. Of course I do. I fucking hate this goddamn thing. God damn it. Don't look at my bald cap. Jesus Christ. Goodness gracious. All right. You see, with the recent controversy of everything, it has me in a rough patch. You know, it has me in a rough patch. Oh, God. I look very happy right now. As you can see, everyone screenshot to blow up general chat later. Oh, man. I got fucking fan art of this crap. All right, y'all. You know how it is. You know the dealio. Oh, God. You know the dealio. I just see everybody talking in chat. Good Lord. So, we got Dungeons and Dragons. We got the finale of Greed of Garthanon. I hope you guys are ready for an awesome and epic time as we are DMing this entire session because you guys, that means you guys, the Project Aurora community, were able to get us to the 100 subs over on the Twitch side of things. And because of that, a deal is a deal. I said I would wear this entire outfit for the entire session and more. And hey, this is the end of the Soul Saga series and more. Why not go out with a bang? So, just remember, if you have a dungeon master out there, believe it or not, they're not your dungeon master because they are not wearing this outfit, but I am. So I will be your dungeon master for the evening. And if you don't believe so, then you're fucking wrong. All right, y'all. All right. So if everybody's good to go, if everybody's ready for this. Oh, also, we will be doing a giveaway at the end of this stream. So if you haven't done so, mods, I would really appreciate it. But the link is in the social media chat. You got to scroll up a little bit, but yes, please do this or sign up for the likes of the Describe Celestial Tier giveaway. That's going to be closing at 8:45. Do so. And if you don't, oh well, that sucks for you. You will be missing out. There's about 700 entrants at the moment, and we're going to be picking from all of those, one of you. All right, y'all. Any follows, any subs, or any things like that, they are appreciated, but I won't be able to thank them until the end of the stream. Also, last but not least, we will have what do you call it? Not Bobicus. Ticking Time Bob will be in this game soon. They're gonna be an hour late though, as we kind of mentioned last week. So they will be here, so you will expect a Bushi here. They're just not gonna be here immediately. So, all right, y'all. The Dungeon Master says the game is now to begin. So let us go talk to the peasants, players. Let us go talk to them. Hello.
Yeah, this is gonna be. Hello.
Hey. My
Hello.
royal subjects and players of Dungeons and Dragons. I hope you all are having a fantastic time seeing me struggle and in pain.
I don't know what you're talking about. You look awesome.
Oh my god, I hate this goddamn thing.
What is it about pain that's funny?
Everything. This
when it's not you, it's hilarious.
Apparently. Chat. Hold on, your thing isn't working. Let me fix you up. Copy ID. Bam. There we go. All right, chat working. Hey, chat, say something real quick.
Something.
All right, hold on. Yours isn't working. Don't worry, I got you. I can fix it. Just give me 2 seconds. Wait, nope. It says yours is working. Oh, yep. Okay, I fixed it.
Something.
Your thing got resized for whatever reason. All right, there we go. All right, one last time. Say one last thing.
Something.
Perfect. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. All right. Oh boy. Oh, also, real quick to the players. I actually do I'm doing a giveaway for Describe at the end of this. So basically it's a cool little thing where whether you're a player or you're a dungeon master or whatever, just a TTRPG enthusiast or even fantasy enthusiast, essentially what they're giving out is if you ever struggle with describing abilities, or like let's say whenever I say, hey, how do you want to do this, or describe the final kill, Describe actually comes in. They actually help you by giving you out a bunch of little spells, abilities, and flavor text that you can kind of use to either read out loud or gather, or use it to kind of use it for inspiration for how you can describe and flavor your own little abilities. On top of that, if you're not necessarily interested in that, it does also contain a lot of descriptions for scenes and environments for like anything you can kind of imagine. So if you're a dungeon master and you want to describe a scene for an oasis, they got you covered. Last thing, I mean, if there's any like fantasy enthusiast in general from the player side, then also what they what they also provide with this little giveaway is they have like I have the number. I think it's like 1,750 sounds and bits of music that you can actually get from this little thing, and that's all going to be for free. So hey, if you haven't done so, if you want to sign up for that, just see if you won. By all means, go ahead and do so. I'm going to drop it down below in chat, and I'm going to drop it over here in GG General Chat so you guys can sign up. It doesn't really take that much to sign up for. It literally takes like 3 minutes to go through everything, and then only a minute if you want to just apply and enter and all that stuff. All right, but other than that, everybody good to go?
Yeah. Did Foundry update? Or yeah, Foundry.
It did update, but says you're in.
Okay.
Are you not in or something?
No, I am. I'm just looking at my stuff and.
Oh,
looking at
yeah. One of the modules got disabled because it was messing with all the character sheets, where basically like none of the ability scores were coming on in, which was very, very strange and weird. But it's fine though. It's fine.
Oh, the update. We now can measure in feet.
Oh yeah, that's been like that. Oh yeah, I guess because we didn't play last week. Yeah, I guess you didn't see that fix. But yeah, you're good. All right. So, oh, good.
I do want to say my musket with the infusion on it is a +1, so it'd be a +9 to hit.
Gotcha.
I don't know if that changed up anything. Just want to make that known.
Sure. I can check your inventory and real quick check to see if that is the case. +6 says you have a +6 right now. Add that 3, and then there you go. All right, yeah, because it uses your intelligence, right? And you got 20, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. It should be fixed up now.
Okay.
Actually, wait. I don't think it includes the damage. Let me go do that as well. Yep. Didn't include the damage. All right. You're fixed up now.
Okay.
Cool. All right, y'all.
All right.
One thing I do want to say before we get started, last little thing. Music is always going to be in the in-game content chat, but I do want to thank each and every one of you. Obviously, I'll thank Bob once they get into the channel and all that. But I do want to thank you guys for being able to be a part of this little adventure. It's been a pleasure DMing for this group, and it's been a lot of fun. So, hey, I'm ready to kick some ass. I'm ready to send this off, and let's finish everything up, right?
Yeah, let's go.
Sounds good.
Hope you're all excited, because I know I am. All right, y'all. Here's what we're going to do. Dropping the track in chat over there. You guys can play it whenever you wish, but for right now, all I ask is that each and every one of you gather around the table and let me tell you all a Voden fable. To gather around for the tale of these band of adventurers. But this, my friends, is a tale of wealth and the tale of one's greed. This is the tale to see what one would do to hoard it all for themselves. This is Greed of Garthanon. Lastly, when we left off, a party reconvened outside the ruins and mines of Ketu. Here they'd find a couple of mysterious individuals who proved to wield useful information. information, but whether they were trustworthy was another question. A mage of the source named Arya would be looking to be friendly to the individuals of our troop, offering the likes of food and a bit of brain-teasing riddles. However, they'd begin to offer and show them, our heroes, the entrance to the mines that apparently the individual named Garthanon resided. Eventually, looking further into what this individual had offered, they'd realize that they had been lured directly into the middle of an ambush. Our heroes would fight with any arcane might they could muster, but eventually, they'd look into freeing a tabaxi captive, as they'd also join the fight. Their name, Fang, as she and our heroes fought valiantly side by side, and in thanks for freeing them, she'd offer information on where a secret entrance to the mines might reside. And she offered to lead them exactly there. The heroes would gladly follow, but as they were getting ready to set forth ahead, a strange door blocked their path, with another riddle preventing their destiny. Behind these walls, though, reside the fight of their lives. It'll be up to our troop on whether they'll be able to see another day or fall to their own greedy devices. It's time, my friends, for the campaign finale of the Soul Sagas. This is the end of Greed of Garthanon. Well, that, my friends, we pick back up exactly where we left off. We're gonna swing it on over to the outside of the map. All right. You guys should see your maps adjusting in just 2 seconds. Where is it? There we go. Activate. Bam. You guys should be you guys should be added in. If you're not added in, please let me know. All right, sounds good. So, while this is said and done, eventually you look over and you see as Fang is getting ready to sort of read off the riddle. Each and every one of you sort of gathering around as they're struggling to kind of understand what the meaning of this is, or at least the answer to it. You look over and the other individual, the archer who gave you a little bit of troubles from before, they're sort of sitting on the ground, almost like a child, not really trying to be interested in any of this. Regardless, they're still reeling from the pain that Aaron caused amongst their arms. But you all look over, and eventually Fang look towards you and ask, I can try to translate this, but I am kind of stumped on exactly what it means or what answer it might be. Assistance would be... I would be grateful for it. What say you all?
Let's hear it.
As we begin to say. Very well. You'll see as... One sec. Let me pull this thing up. Hold on 2 seconds. Where is... Hold on. I know it didn't, that is ever so strange. Alright, fair enough. As you kind of see as Fang begins to start reading it off, you see as he begins to speak and say, what is determined, yet uncertain? When and how will occur? People fight, people struggle, but ultimately, they all suffer its mighty wrath. What am I? Look over, and as Fang is kind of reading it, you notice that the words are beginning to shift and change before your very eyes. Though you don't understand necessarily the language, you do notice as these riddles, or at least this one, this is timed. Ever shifting, ever changing. You only have a certain amount of time to answer it before it repeats another riddle instead. Regardless, after hearing it, what would you like to, or what would you try to say in answer, or how would you try to answer it?
Would you be able to repeat it real quick?
Sure.
Or
What
drop
is
it in the chat.
Yeah, I'm writing it out. What is
Okay.
certain, yet unsure of when it will occur. People fight it, people struggle against it, but ultimately they suffer its wrath one way or another. What am I? And I'm writing and typing it out in chat right now. If you have any answers, by all means, you can sort of go ahead and try to say it, but it's up to you.
I'm getting the feeling that it's fate,
It's the
Destiny.
exact same thing.
because she was talking about hope, and it might be that similarities. I'm not sure.
The two riddles seem to have similar feelings about them. I'm with fate and destiny as well.
We're going to see as Fang looks over towards you. And as they do, try it. And you see as she begins to speak in a strange foreign tongue, but eventually translates it and says, fate. Says it towards the door. Nothing happens. Eventually, though, okay, it doesn't seem that, oh, that one worked. Fuck! And immediately you notice as her entire sort of exterior begins to slowly shift and change for a moment, a searing hot pain of astral nature begins to form amongst her. It seems to be that this door does not like this individual getting the answers so wrong. She will then take a total of 1d6 astral damage. She'll take a total of 5 as she begins to curse underneath her breath, for a moment almost falling down to the ground. Shit.
More complicated, I guess.
Oh,
Alright.
well, we need to be careful on what we say. We need to be 100% sure and, I guess, fast. I didn't like that answer, and the riddle seems to be changing and shifting itself.
Appears we can't just spit in the dark here. Damn.
You guys mull that over real quick. I'm going to look around a bit. Mainly going to go over and see this statue and see if I can read anything on it.
Sure thing. As you kind of do, one sec, let me recap it. Gotcha. So you look over now, and as you kind of read this, you see as it is some kind of a prophecy, more of just a bit of writing and mad scribblings and such. It's posed next to a statue, but the statue itself, it doesn't ring familiar with who it might be. It seems to be a priest of the sorts, but now can you make an investigation check for me?
Yes. I'm going to add guidance to that.
Sure thing.
Investigation. Plus D4.
Batman's got a new idea. Let me know what you find.
Alright.
23.
Also, real quick, Sully and 10, you guys are very, very low.
What?
I got y'all at 200%. I can't hear you.
Is this better?
Yeah, much better, much better.
Okay.
How's this?
All right, perfect. There we go.
Yeah, I gotta bring this fancy ass mic closer to my mouth.
All right, so with the 21 and a 2, so 23. This individual, looking at it, they seem to be, makes sense considering what you know about them. They seem to be a worshiper of Erebos, the god of wealth and the god of death, god of greed as well. But, well, not necessarily greed, but some people like to interpret him as the god of greed, but that is actually far from the truth, and you would be able to at least understand that with your passive intelligence and more. But You see, as the prophecy begins to explain that something about past lights, or the past lighting our way to the future, but a future life, it seems to be that it is ultimately in the hands and in control of the present that is what most believe to be undecided. However, despite this, as it begins to sort of lure you Soros to believe, well, that seems like our original answer, fate or destiny, would kind of be, well, correct. Begins to go through more, you're able to read through the bits of flavor text and such. It seems to talk a little bit more about this. Something about ancestors, something about that eventually your ancestors, they wish for their legacy to be forged truly, to live on in some way, shape, or form. But ultimately, they are just but ancestors, as they have all fallen to my wrath. That is what that says.
Yeah. With the visuals of this pedestal, one is not lit and the other one is lit. Would I be able to determine what is inside, what is burning, or if it's able to be lit again?
Make another investigation check, and while you're kind of doing that, you'll look over and here, I got some things. So
Alright.
now you're kind of while you're kind of investigating this thing, trying to look inside, you see a small spherical individual with a smaller circle on top of their head, two sort of triangular fins, and you see a spirit, an individual or a creature that you've seen multiple times in this realm of Bodin. You especially for cycles upon cycles. You look over, and as they begin to sort of tap you, you see as they disperse into a cooling air for a moment, as now you do get inspiration from the likes of chat. But
Cool.
as a little bit of air begins to disperse, and again, you can make your investigation check while I'm describing this.
Okay.
But while that bit of air is beginning to slowly flow through, eventually, Chet, Aaron, you also feel it as well. It feels warm, but then it feels cool, cooling you from the hot hell known as the Forbidden Expanse. You feel invigorated as it passes by you, as you too have also received inspiration from Chat.
That's a 28.
28, all right. Oh man, they figured this out 2 years ago, and it seems to be that the next group will figure it out 2 years later. Now you kind of start digging through the likes of this little this little bit of fire and flame and more, but this one's unlit. And as you're kind of looking for it, you look to see what exactly it's lit by, but you place your hand onto what you would imagine to be any bit of sage or whatever, or incense, but it's solid, but obviously, but more so solid as if it's fake entirely, made out of another sort of structure rather than a more sort of grainy texture, if you will. Look over at it, and it feels cheap as well, almost like plastic or a very, very, very flimsy metal. Looking over at it, you kind of begin to dig deeper with your 28, and as you kind of like lift up this thing, you see as it's requiring a little bit of force, but looking below, you notice as there's some wires or something attached to it. Wires similar to that of one of the Nazgul specialty bots from far, far in the past. Seem to be made with stuff that you helped make.
Interesting.
And he's gonna start rummaging around trying to figure out where all this is. He might pull out some of his tools to start further investigating what these would do.
As you're kind of doing so, you're just pulling up gears, wires, and more, and this is some of the most advanced technology you've seen since that fateful, or those fateful events long ago. nothing in Voden, at least on the surface, has been this advanced. The closest thing being those robots from before, but this is strange. You begin to start pondering and wondering, is this exactly where everyone is or where it's gone? You're not sure, but you continue diving through. Eventually you do see Aaron join you, and Aaron, is there anything that you would say as you approach?
I'm looking at it and going in now. No. What is this?
Well, this is something my specialty's in, and I have not seen this in quite some time. The only thing that I could get
Actually, you do
close
see
to is that automaton out there, which, to be honest, took me a long time to make. Money was the main problem. Try and get all the resources, but this brings back memories.
It does. I haven't seen tech like this since, well, only any time I ever visit your offices.
Yes.
He's gonna continue, probably pull out like his thieves' tools and like keep digging. I don't really know what I'm essentially looking at or trying to dig into.
As far as the riddle's concerned, what do you think of death? Certain, yet unsure of when. Fight and struggle against, regardless we all fall.
Yeah, this statue was talking about that, some kind of old proverb or riddle, or not riddle, saying from the past. It seems more likely, but that is if we get it in time. It seems like there's a time limit on the door.
That is Erebos on the statue. I'll go try it.
While you're doing that, Aaron, you begin to start walking over, but in the meantime, Chet, what do you sort of find yourself doing in the meantime?
Well, I also thought of the death as an answer. I don't know if that came through. I tried to say it in my character's voice, but it
Oh no, I
kind
did
of
not
got
hear it. Mm-mm.
really.
Nah, my bad.
I didn't hear either.
Probably could hear us talking over there and probably
I'd imagine
make
that
that connection as
yeah.
well.
I'd imagine that, like, Chet, you're getting ready to sort of say towards Fang, say the answer. You do look over and you see Aaron getting ready to walk over. They walk confidently as if they have something on their mind that they're getting ready to say. I guess we'll leave it up to you. Chet, what are you kind of saying then?
I think the answer is death.
Death.
Oh. Seems to be the
Well-
it is.
Great minds think alike.
Well, hopefully these great minds are correct, because if not, then I don't want this to hurt again. You'll see as she looks over, she begins to start translating, speaking in that foreign tongue once more, as it translates death. As it does so, she waits.
I put my hand on her shoulder.
Oh shit, it's going to happen again. And as it's getting ready to do so, you see as an astral sort of shine begins to occur before eventually doors begin to not open as if they're on a hinge, but they begin to slide. You see as they don't even slide left and right, but they actually begin to almost go back within itself and then eventually slide downwards. Heavily advanced considering the area that you guys are in. And also, again, just the sort of technology advancements of Voden so far. Looking over at it, this place is growing stranger and stranger by the minute. What? Seems to be the doors are open. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, I thought it was going to happen again. Oh. All right. Thank you. I was stumped on this, so it works out. But this is I did my part. This is your journey and your, well, destiny. So, I hope that you all will make it out in one piece. For now, did you, before you go, did you ever mention exactly, well, what interest you had in going here? My mind is foggy. I wasn't entirely sure.
Well, we are interested in the resources and possibilities of freeing this cave. We want to take out the apparition of greed that appears to take hold here. And even more curious, sir, the mage. The mage was able to say the forbidden words with no repercussions. Fang, do you have any idea why?
I know about as little as, well, about that, as you could imagine. All I do know is that, actually granted, considering what, if you're from the times that I suppose that you mentioned before, I would imagine that maybe the individual is from that time. Maybe they were tainted by it. Typically, individuals who are tainted by it to some degree, they can repeat its sayings and such with no or little repercussions.
Even more so why I feel we must be here. I slipped up only yesterday. First time in cycles, but damn did I pay for it.
And I'd imagine many others would also pay for it. But as much as I'd wish to be a hero of the sorts, that is not in my best interest. I hope you understand.
Absolutely. You've been alive this long, keep it that way.
So she nods. Say, where is your little gnome friend?
As you guys are saying that, Nell sends a telepathic message over to Direct to move the archer over to where he is.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to talk to him while he's working.
Sure thing. As you kind of do so, now you have, like, keep in mind, you have wires, plugs, all of that sort of stuff just laid out from this thing. And you're just kind of pulling it all up.
Yeah, he's trying to find the root of this area and what it's trying to do. And he's kind of just engrossed seeing this all happen, like all of this is here, and is just enamored by all of this.
Nell found something interesting. He has discovered evidence of tech from home, let's just say. As I kind of walk with him. And
It's concerning, but
this
above
place
my pay
grows
grade.
odder by the day. Look, we from the time should at least keep contact. If ever we should need a hand, where could we find you?
You'll see as the look out towards the kind of like towards the exit of the cave and such. They seem very much unsure, but begin to speak and say, I originally sought to leave to Jaded Dragon Valley a while ago with the rest of my crew, but I'm not sure if that is for the best at the moment. Specifically, I do not know exactly how the Starry Ones are forming amongst those bridges and such. I know the tournament of Bayani is approaching rapidly and soon, if not, it's already started. people from all around are probably circling to Jaded Dragon Valley as we speak. I'd rather keep a little bit more of a lower profile. And though I hate the likes of the cold, but hopefully this fur will be able to come in handy. I seek the snow, the Azure Taiga.
Fine place. If you should ever need me, follow the omens of dragons, and there we will lie.
She smirks, but nods. While this is sort of happening, going back to Nell, you look over and you see as there is. You're kind of looking for something at this point. You feel like you've pulled up almost an entire room worth of stuff. The entire pile of the core is kind of well, hold on. This is happening while Nell's kind of over by himself while you're sort of talking to Fang at the moment. But while they're sort of doing that, you'd see as eventually there's this glowing source, this glowing little bit of almost the arcane for a moment. Seems sparkly, seems to be ever shifting and changing. As it is, you realize that eventually you pull up one final thing, and you see a glowing crystal, a crystal of the arcane, a mana crystal specifically. However, this one is charged, or is colored not blue like most, but it is colored red. This is almost as if it is a power source, something infused with another type of magic. Make a religion check for me, please.
Alright. I am adding guidance to that as well.
Sure thing.
You want religion?
Yes.
Okay.
11 plus a d4. 4. Good stuff. Beat the DC of 15. So, this would be, or fall under the category of, well, demonic or fiendish magic, specifically. This is the work of devils. And this would be the use of mana crystals now turned to, well, that, that functionality. This is now known as Chardolin. Chardolin, well, it's typically was typically transported between the likes of the Hells and more, as eventually devils were able to make their way to Vodun and bring it back towards their own domains, using it for any bits of arcane power you could imagine. Typically, well, you probably wouldn't know that, or you probably wouldn't know this part because it's only a 15 with religion, but you know it has something to do with the sins and such, or the 7 deadly sins and something along those lines, but you don't really know much more than that. You never really were interested too far, or to go too far in that little bit of knowledge. Regardless, though, if you were to take it or use it or destroy it, well, it'd probably sever anything that it was powering, for one, and two, and also possibly lead to the likes of, well, how you say, a bit of an immediate bit of feedback in its destruction, like any other magic crystal, specifically in wild magic.
Okay.
So, whether you know it's a good thing to sort of destroy or sever, you're not sure.
First thing, does it look like it's plugged into this area where it's like operating under the like presence of like, is it like an alarm, essentially an alarm system in this area? First.
You probably wouldn't know. You probably wouldn't be able to tell
Okay.
because it's just a bunch of wires connected to everything. You wouldn't know what it's connected to or what it will do.
Is it like stuck inside of a device, or is it just sitting there?
Stuck
Like
and connected
out in
to
the open.
devices and stuff like that. Mainly the things that you've been kind of pulling apart.
Okay. Could I... before I deactivate it and stuff, I'm gonna turn over to this archer. So,
You were hired by this Sin of Greed. Am I correct on that?
Yes, I am hired by the Sin of Greed. No, I'm not hired by them. I know I am working under, allegedly, this individual known as Garthanon.
Okay. So your alignment lies with him, or are you just here for work, if I may ask?
Well, it doesn't matter what my alignment is and whether it was tailored towards him because I'd be of no use to him anymore. You see as he kind of looks towards his hands and then eventually looks towards Aaron as they're approaching.
Yes, and about that. Since you're of no use to him, you could be of use to us. I'm interested in more information on this Garthanon, of his capabilities, and I am more than willing to pay for this information, and possibly a connection in Ketu, if you're so choosy to get a new line of work.
Ugh. No, this is the only reason I won't have you make a persuasion check. Look, I appreciate the oh so gracious offer. I truly, truly do. But you'll see, after having a bit of time forced upon myself to think and reflect on what I will do for the rest of my life, now to this, I'd much rather not get involved with any bits of any facets of that. I'd much rather not betray Garthanon, as I know they have friends in high places that neither of us could understand. Places that transcend Voden. And that is something I am not looking to concern myself with or involve myself with at the least.
And they don't have to know. All I am asking is for information, and if we die with that information while fighting, you are scot-free.
You're gonna make a persuasion check, but you make it with disadvantage.
I'm guessing guidance would not help this.
Nah, probably not, because it would only be for proactive checks. After this, we're gonna go to Chet.
Alt for disadvantage.
Control.
Okay, control.
Not an easy one, but there's a chance. The 19 was close, but now the 5. You see, as this individual, they're not sold on it. It seems to be that you can maybe convince them, but it's very unlikely you'll be able to. This guy looks like he's very much done with this sort of done with this sort of life in a world of not necessarily crime, but more so just like dealing with them. And you can also get the sense that he hears you, but he also feels, or it seems as if he knows a lot more than what you know, in the sense of it's not enough just to, how do you say, not telling them would not be sufficient.
Okay.
They have other means,
I'm guessing Aaron wouldn't have been able to use the help action to even that out, but
Nah, this guy is he's stubborn. But meanwhile, while that's happening, Chet of Fireside, what do you kind of find yourself doing?
The doors are open. I guess he's keeping his eye on the entrance, make sure nothing comes out.
Sure thing. Chet, can you make a perception check for me then? A 6. That's fine. You look over, and what you can at least see is that not too far in, you notice that there are a couple of tracks and such. These tracks begin to lead on further and further into the cave, and you don't necessarily see a minecart in sight with a 6, but what you do hear is this strange sort of almost sound of sludge or ooze or something kind of festering further and further into the cave. You're not sure the meaning of it, but you do at least hear it with a 6.
Mm.
Well, since you have no.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
After chat was trying to do something.
Sorry.
All good. Go ahead, chat.
I wasn't trying to do anything. I was just. Maybe I should get their attention if there's like an oozing. Yeah, Chet's gonna go over there and try and get there.
Sure thing. As you kind of walk on over, basically a little bit, because this is all happening chronologically, a little bit right after Aaron sort of leaves, you all are eventually approaching one another as you're gathered over into the corner. You kind of see, if you're sort of wondering right now, Bushi would seem to be more so readying themselves for the journey to come. They seem to be looking around and trying to keep an ever vigilant eye for any danger approaching while you kind of head off to the side. But go ahead. Any three of you.
There's kind of a burbling noise coming from the mine. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm going to assume it's not good.
Alright. Sounds good. Alright. I have no use of you anymore since you're not cooperating. Aaron, he is in your hands. Real quick before we head out.
Wait. No. Don't put me in the hands of this psychopath.
Well, you're not giving me any information that makes you useful.
How about you just let me go free like we talked about?
This is the expanse! Give and take!
So what?
You're not getting everything for free.
Oh, yes, because losing my arms was such a free and generous trade. Yes, my bad. My apologies.
That was for your buddies on attacking us. And all the general stuff. This is the real world. Shit happens. Deal with it.
No, artless.
He doesn't give a crap if he's not useful. He's here to survive.
You look over and the archer is kind of looking at Aaron like, oh god, please, no, anything but you. What are you guys sort of saying? Aaron?
Oh, come on. I'm not that bad.
Am I?
He's a bear. Depends on how you get on his good side or his bad side. It's all up to him. So, I am comparatively.
Smite me down before it's too late.
Hey, it's up to him if you go away or not. I'm here. If you give me the information, you can go ahead and leave. I have no quorums with you.
I'm not trying to damn myself, my soul, and all of my ancestors just to give a bit of information to individuals who don't understand what they're getting themselves into. As much as I would love to be able to just say everything that I need to and be able to go on my happy way, that is not the case, and that is not how Garthanon works.
Alright, fine. Okay.
Garthanon is a businessman at heart, truly embodying the sin of greed, if you will. Almost anything can be bartered and bought, but what is that phrase? The devil is always in the details. Yes. That is true even for Garthanon. Most of the individuals, these people that work for them or under them, you believe what? That they do so willingly? No. At first, sure, you can say that they believe that they were getting a good deal. But in actuality, they sold their freedom. And now they work under them, paying off a debt they assigned themselves to. I am the same. And I would much rather not try to, if you will, betray the individual who holds a piece of my soul.
That's all you had to say.
There we go.
Okay. Now let me ask you this.
I don't know if this
Whoa,
is
whoa,
your
whoa,
con-
whoa, 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 whoa. You asked
What?
for one question or one bit of information. Now you're trying to ask for two. Well, guess what? Like you said, shit's rough, buddy. This is the expanse. You get what you pay for, and you only paid for one.
Okay. Fine.
Gems. I reach into my bag of gems and slap one of the lesser gems on his chest.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
The DC is
Last
very
thing.
difficult, though. Go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, I'm fine. If it's in your details and you can't betray him and stuff, is it within your ability to tell us martial or spellcasting?
Okay.
I
Or a
was-
mix of both? I don't
Okay.
know. Capabilities.
Can Nell give that help since he's talking to him too?
I'd probably say no, because it's still the same sort of thing. I'd say this is the same sort of thing. So yeah, just a straight roll. DC is still difficult, though.
Alright, persuasion.
6. You do have an inspiration, but you can't. That's either you can save it for later, or you can try to use it now.
I think we have 2 now, huh? One from chat, one from you.
If you got a DM's inspiration, that carries over. If not, then no. If you got like chat inspiration from last time, then nah, it doesn't carry over. You gotta use it or lose it.
Yeah,
It's
you
up
gave
to
it-
you.
He gave a DM or a ping to us last week, and then we never had the session.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Okay.
and I also wrote in the journal, the character journal.
Yeah, you can only have the TLDRs. You can only have one like chat inspiration and one DM's inspiration at a time. That's basically how it works. So if you want to use it for this and then just save your DM's inspo for later, then yeah, that works out.
I don't know if we want to waste it, but it is good having information. It is a gamble.
Oh.
Because we can always do without it. It just helps us form up a plan.
I'll save it.
All right.
All right. As you do. You look over and eventually you'll see as you kind of place the gem onto his chest and he just says, "Oh, I would love to grab it, with my working hands." Kind of just begins to almost, not necessarily shoulder check you because you'll kill him very much and very easily, but he'll kind of like get in the motion of like getting ready to walk away if you kind of let him. You guys can block him easily though.
Fine. Gave
His
our
left-
information.
His left arm.
Back
is
alive.
So
Oh,
good.
fuck,
And
done?
Before-
Okay. Good to know.
I only did the the bow drawing arm, but
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Before he walks away, I catch him and I hand him two or three better ones into his hand and just motion for him to get out of here with my head, just like tilting my head towards the outside.
Look over at you. He doesn't say a word. He doesn't need to ask questions, but he nods towards you, Aaron. You can get the sense that this is as much you'll get for appreciation, like as a token of appreciation. But he doesn't want to say much of like a verbal words or anything like that.
No, didn't expect anything else.
So
Uh,
go ahead.
Nell's
Or, yeah.
gonna yell over to Chet.
Hey, Check, can you look at something? You seem like a spellcaster, so you may be able to help me with something.
And he's gonna
Maybe.
Hey, you may have knowledge, I don't know. This gem, does this look anything familiar? And anything that you'd recommend doing with it? Because I may take it out. I kind of want it.
What kind of check should I make?
Shiny gem over here.
Well,
You
yeah,
would
I mean,
make an Arcana check with advantage.
Ooh. Okay.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta send somebody a little funny thing. All right, there we go. So, 19 and 18. We'll take that 19. Look over at it, and you definitely know what this is. You've heard about it multiple times over. just in your just travels and such, but more so where your power comes from. Whenever you would use the likes of a mana crystal, and you have done so in your time, it almost becomes tainted with the same effect. But this specific mana crystal has seen an overexposure of a devilish or fiendish magic, hence its change in color and nature. What exactly are you trying to have them kind of see, Nell and Chet? Like, what are you trying to have them understand? And I'll help you out.
So, from what your description was, if it's destroyed, it causes a mana wild magic surge.
Yep.
And if it is broken, I don't know if you said it, if it was moved, that it has a tie to something that an immediate response will happen.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so you can just, so if it is moved, it tells somebody it has moved.
Will
If
it
that
tell-
is,
Will it tell us? Well, they will figure it out because it's not working anymore,
okay.
and they can draw their own conclusions however they wish, and whatever those conclusions might, you know.
Yeah. Would I be able to determine it's here next to this statue in a cave with a riddle with a fiendish, I'm guessing a fiendish riddle is what was the assumption of it?
Yes.
All right. Would I don't know if I've already done a check or not on it. Have I figured out, or can I figure out the its use of this on this area?
Nah.
Because it's a strange.
Nah.
What?
You wouldn't be able
Okay.
to, like, kind of mentioned before. You just don't know what it's leading to.
Okay.
More so, you just don't have the you just don't have the insight on where it's, like, what it's doing, or what this place really is besides a mine.
All right. For what I was trying to figure out, if Chet could figure out anything, does this seem like it should move, or should we take it out? Anything like your inside of it, like, does it look like it's going to explode? Is the main thing I'm asking.
I think it's usually used to power things. Smash it if you want crazy shit to happen. Don't know much other than that.
Alright. From Chet's knowledge of it getting overexposed to fiendish energy, I don't know if Chet will announce that information or not.
What information?
That's been overexposed to fiendish energy.
Oh yeah. It was corrupted with fiendish energy.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh me. Oh my.
What?
Is that in character
no.
or out of character?
That was in character?
All
Was
right,
it?
Yep.
Oh,
We tried to
no.
give him a chance. We tried. I appreciate it slowly, but hey, man. Hey, Chet. As you say the word corrupted, make your highest saving
Yeah.
throw.
No.
He said it. I did not hear him say it.
I heard it. Aaron was like, "Oh no!"
Oh.
Ew, and as this happens, you see as immediately, Chet, your entire, almost your entire torso begins to start twisting and turning with this astral energy as you utter the words for a moment. Make your highest saving throw for me, please. Roll it with all you've got.
Would I be able to select guidance on this?
Hell no.
Oh.
What
Highest
level
is
are
plus
you?
7, so
Alright, so you are a level.
Come on.
I
It
think it's an
is
ability check.
yeah. 21.
Hey.
Oh, thank God. All right, so
Okay.
there's good news and there's bad news. Which one do you want to hear first?
bad news.
Well, the bad news is you take 11 points of astral damage as your entire torso is turned astral for several moments. The good news is you don't actually lose a memory. You're able to maintain the likes of your composure for a moment, but you do both see as Chet begins to almost fall over entirely as it begins to sort of cling to the walls as it's this pain, it's almost unbearable. The entire room is spinning. You notice as there are astral sort of bits of fog and smoke swirling about you and beginning to infest itself through your lungs. You're struggling to breathe for a moment, but eventually those infernal flames within you begin to burn all the traces of the corruption out of it. It seems that someone or something has your back, but you probably shouldn't do. Oh, whoops! I just yeeted you off the map. My bad. You probably shouldn't do that again.
Yeah.
Nell saying that he just didn't catch it either, and just like listen to the conversation and just puts his hand in his head in his hands. Oh, okay.
Did I listen?
Everybody.
Fiendish energy inside of it.
Okay. Yes. Okay. We need to work on our vocabulary.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my mom didn't raise him. Pussy, so he just goes in and pops the thing out with his tools. He's not. He's going to take the gem.
All right, as
He's
you
going to
do,
pop it out.
you grab
Hopefully
it.
as best as he can.
Yeah, it's easy enough to sort of grab and stuff
Okay.
with your tools.
I'm
You'll see-
guessing I've already technically identified it of what it is.
You do
So-
begin to grab it, and as it does, you see as you're pulling.
I will say
and-
gloves on.
Sure.
Okay.
Whatever makes
Just
you feel
a-
better.
Yeah,
But
okay, yeah.
you get to the point of no return where now you have the final option. You see it's
Okay.
still attached to one little cord, and based off of how sort of lodged in it is, you break the, if you pull it anymore, all of what it's connected to, it is destroyed or, unavailable. And also this crystal's breaking. You pulling it?
So, okay. And from what the tablet said, just as a quick Behind feet.
Like how they just walked
Just-
away.
yeah. Okay, so if I can correlate this with what the statue said,
Mm-hmm.
just out of his own my own character thoughts on keen mind and stuff. What was the general gist of the tablet again?
General gist is that your ancestors they all more so like talking about prophecy, fate, death, destiny, all that sort of stuff, but your ancestors they tried to sort of help steer you into your future or your present, but ultimately they all died trying.
Or dead.
Well,
Yeah, basically. That's the quick and
Yeah.
dirty TLDR.
would
Well,
I be able to make an intelligence roll, just a general thing, if 50-50 if I decide?
Well, you can certainly try, but the problem is, you all begin to hear as there is now rumbling, roaring, and screaming coming from the mines, and it is only getting worse the longer you guys take.
Okay. Fuck it! Grabs it and runs as fast as he can.
All right, well, hey, Nell.
I'm touching all the buttons. I don't care.
Nell, here's what I need you to do while you're pressing all the buttons. I need you to press 2 buttons. I need you to press that D100 button. I need you to hit that roll button, because immediately, when explosion of wild magic begins to occur, a bearkin across the entire taiga begins to sneeze for whatever crazy reason, and I need you to see what will happen.
Not breaking it, but pulling the wire.
Oh yeah, it's breaking the whole crystal, from what I said.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Shit. Okay. Yeah. I'm here for it.
Let's go. 4. Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, what? Okay, thank God it's not that. Oh boy. All right.
Low rolls is sometimes good.
You know,
Even numbers seem good.
as
Alright.
you do. Oh wait, hold
Hit
on,
me.
hold on, hold on.
Hit me. Hit me. Do it.
You wait. You wait. You wait. You wait again.
Nell, ever the gambler.
And as you do, things seem okay.
Okay.
For now.
All right.
Roll a D1000.
Oh no. How do I do that?
Don't worry, I got you. Roll
Okay.
1D1000. All right, here we go. Oh boy, 645.
Let's go.
All right, I'll tell you what happens very, very soon and shortly. But for now, good luck.
All right.
I don't like any of that.
And so I don't get the crystal then?
Oh no, that thing busted up. But you do see as that roaring, it grows even louder for a second.
All right, we better should get off. Nothing happened.
Looking down into the mine, can I just from here, can I see if there's like a main throne room or something like that Garthy might be sitting in?
Nah, this is what like Chet looked down. Even then, it's like it's going around corners and such. Like you wouldn't be able to see him from over here.
I kind of like that we're all in a row, just kind of looking down the hall as that roars on.
All right. I've got.
Oh no, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
I've got
That's
got something that's like a 1 minute casting time, and I want to kind of in the background of walking, want to start kind of muttering or doing whatever it takes to start preparing that.
Chet, how hurt are you?
All right, well, cool. All right, that is hilarious. You guys are sort of walking, so you guys are walking into the mines, correct?
Quick
Yep.
question, Chet, how damaged are you? I should ask. Is that
I would appreciate a heal.
big? Okay. How many spell slots do I have before I?
I'm
I
missing
think it'd
like
be-
13 health.
While you're kind of doing that,
Okay.
let me bring y'all in.
All right. Sounds good.
Also,
Oh,
hey, look,
yeah.
it's a Bob. It's a Bushi.
I have appeared.
Hey, we
Yeah.
wasted
What's up,
enough
guys?
time. We wasted enough time.
Oh no. Sorry, guys.
Nah, you're good. You're
Right.
good. So, I have something concerning. Aaron, you've seen Nell for a long time. Granted, there was a big gap in between, but hey, it's all good. But Nell looks okay. Nell has always looked extremely weak. Let's be honest here, very, very much weak and frail. But have they been working out recently? What the hell? Look a little stronger, a little more cut.
What?
Gramps has got Gramps been working out. Huh. Strange.
Strange.
No,
Are
your
you-
strength increases by 2 for now. You're now at
For now.
9
Wait.
strength instead of 7.
Yeah.
But
Awesome.
as you're sort of walking about, Aaron, you're kind of as you're walking around, Bushi, you as well, especially you, because considering you utilize it more. The closer you walk towards Nell, the stronger you seem, as if like you feel more energized, athletic, stronger. For whatever reason, you're not
Am
sure
I gonna get
why.
that heal? Just asking.
Yes. I am going to first level cure wounds.
Cool.
Got you. I can cast it upon them, but regardless, as you kind of walk into these mines and such, the area is yours. Let me go pull this thing up. This
I
one.
believe it's a D8 plus my intelligence, which is
There.
5. I believe that.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yes. I just want to make sure I get that right.
I think Bushi just starts looking
wait,
around at
I
his
need a-
arms, trying to figure out why he feels
Yeah.
stronger.
Target you.
Easy enough. Kind of look around, and you do notice as Bushi, there is this strange magical aura about now. It's very, very faint, but you can kind of see it and sense it.
I come over to Nell, and just for confirmation, I slap a hand onto his shoulder just to feel what's going on there. Nell,
What's that?
Did you break the crystal?
Why?
Shake my hand once again, friend, and let's just.
Okay. He reaches out, shakes your. He's using his metallic hand.
other.
Oh, okay. And he shakes your hand.
You feel that difference? It's just not as. No.
Yes.
Look at yourself for a second, my guy.
He kind of just looks over and examines himself. I want to roll a perception check.
Nah, you'd be able
I
to
wanna-
notice a little bit. You'd be able
Okay.
to kind of notice. But while this is happening, real quick, Chet, check your DMs. Bushi, you're kind of not necessarily involved with this, but you kind of look over and you do see as Chet's kind of holding their head for a second. And Chet,
Okay, yeah.
you hear this in your head from some strange voice. And that's, well, I'll just DM you it.
Alright.
All right. Well, while you're kind of doing that,
I do believe that is 10 health for Chet.
yeah, I fixed them up.
Okay. Ha!
Yeah.
Would I be able to make a? Would I be able to understand that that was from the crystal?
I mean, you're a smart individual. Yeah, you'd probably be able to pick it up.
Looks like the gamble was worth it.
Ever the gambler.
Well, it could have went a lot worse. Now that I think about it, but you don't live life without doing stuff.
No, I don't understand how you've lived this long with how much, with how you risk. Oh,
Well,
shit.
Do we all hear that?
Very much so. All
All
right.
right.
I'm still whatever the minute is. Trying to do that in the background of my actions.
Bushi's got his hand on the hilt now, and he's just slid his sword forward a little bit.
One thing that you guys do also notice is Bushi. Go ahead and as you're looking forward, you do notice as these mine carts, they're shaking, and as this sort of grumble or growl is sort of happening and going off, eventually it subsides. But you do notice as these carts are still shaking. That little bit of ooze and sludge sound, Chet, you begin to hear it even more and more. It's sort of emanating just towards the north.
Nell's gonna look inside the cards and see what's in it.
Kind of look over towards it, and you kind of have to look up a little bit, and nothing's in it besides coal.
Okay. He is going to use this opportunity to get onto the back of Direct.
Easy enough. As you kind of do, you're continuing along, heading forth, and eventually, Bushi, you kind of join with them. Chet, you following behind, and Aaron, you as well. Begin to hear that roar.
Again. Where must I go?
Before it eventually begins to subside. The rumbling begins to occur again, and eventually, as you're doing so, Chet, Aaron, Bushi, and yeah, I guess your automaton Direct. I need you guys to make strength saving throws for me, please. But there's one little thing addition to this. Aaron, Bushi, Chet, and for Direct, your strength has increased by 2 from the likes of whatever happened with Nell earlier.
Yeah.
Sometimes you
Getting
fuck around
swole.
and find out, and sometimes it works out for all of you.
Let's go.
Pissed him off.
Hey,
Alright, so strength saving.
Do you just hit the small box, or do you? How do you make a saving throw?
Oh yeah, because you guys aren't used to it. So you're gonna double click on your character sheets. You're going to click on the strength, like name, underneath the attributes tab. Once you click on that, it'll actually force save and throw.
oh, can I keep my good roll?
Yeah, that works. That works. 17, 14, 23, and a 9. Aaron, that will fail. 17 will succeed. 23 will succeed. 14, that will also succeed. And direct, yeah, 22 will succeed. Everyone's good, but Aaron, you're kind of walking by and you're sort of slacking a little behind, but as you're trying to walk forward, you're struggling to kind of move a little bit before you look down and you see as that sludge is surrounding you once more, specifically your feet and ankles. As you're looking down at it, before you're able to even react, immediately you are brought down onto the ground, almost as if you're being dragged under the likes of this sort of strange minecart. As you fall down prone, trying to sort of scramble and get away, and almost even charging up for an Eldritch Blast or anything that you can do to defend yourself. You look over and you see as several strange ooze or fiendish sludge monsters are looking directly towards you, and they all have a smile as they begin to slowly disperse from underneath the minecarts. And with that, your souls are once shackled again, my friends. And now, the time of battle is upon us. With that, I'm gonna need you guys to roll initiative as you all see these guys.
Oh,
Ew.
Yeah, they're very
didn't
much
know.
disgusting. Oh, God.
I'm glad I got on top of direct.
Yep. All right. Well, here we go. Combat is starting in 1 second. I'm going to add you guys all to initiative. I'm rolling initiative for the NPCs, though. You guys can jump on in when you can. All right. The music is in-game content chat. Oh, boy. We love a bunch of dice rolls. All right. Pause that. Here we go. Let's do this.
Come on.
Did my thing roll, or is it a?
Let's see. I don't think so. Nope, not yet. Here, wait, hold on.
Mine rolled twice. I think
there it
because I
is.
tried to roll before the active combat.
I got you.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix you back up, Bushi, with your 14 that you got. All right, yeah, you're good. All right, so now your top of the round seems to go through, and Chet, you're right after that. For some reason, Bushi, you got 2 of you, so I'm gonna fix that up. Here, I'm gonna remove combatant. There we go. All right, Nell, start us off. What would you like to do as you see these individuals swarming around you?
All right. So first off, he's going to let direct go first as he stomps. As it's crawling out from underneath it, Direct's going to stomp down, doing what is known as a bite attack, but is his melee.
You got it.
Go.
All right, as you try to do so, they will make a strength saving throw, and that 12 points of damage nearly eviscerates them as you're able to rip them nearly to shreds. They will take a bit of or less damage than you necessarily. Or actually, no, that is not supposed to be the case. Not for these guys. Whoops. Let me fix that. Boop. As you do so, you rip and tear into them as Direct begins to start pummeling them, but they are still alive, or at least this one is. Go ahead and make another attack roll if you wish.
All right. He is going to pull out what is normally his cane, and he just opens it up to be a hidden rapier, and is going to jump off the back and slash the one behind him. Off the back.
You got it. 6 points of damage. You stab into him, slashing and more. You see as the bit of the sludge begins to spill off onto the ground and over towards the walls. Now that is your first strike. You do have a second.
All right, he's going to do the same thing again.
Whew. As you're just continuing to slash and more, you continue to eviscerate them as they're barely left standing, these two. They're near death, but that seems to be all of your action and your bonus action. You doing anything else, or is that your go?
That's pretty much all I can do.
All right, next up in initiative, we have Chet of Fireside. What would you like to do as you hear this voice in your head beginning to grow louder and louder? Go ahead.
Gonna cast Shadow Blade.
You got it. Shadow Blade. Oh, I see you kind of even made a little thing for it. Perfect. All right, as you begin to start casting the Shadow Blade, you'll notice as all the shadows around the area begin to cling into one physical form. With that is your bonus action, I believe. You may go ahead and swing.
Okay. I think you push the T key to target, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. Do I have advantage because of Shadow Blade, or do I just have?
What would you have advantage for? Let me see.
Shadow Blade gets
You're in dim
advantage
light.
when dim light. Yeah.
Yeah, this would be considered dim light. Kind of over here, but don't go too close to the little lantern over there. But at 25, that will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, cool.
Whew. That's going to be 14 points of damage. And which one were you targeting again?
I was targeting the one to the left.
Got you. With that single slash, dealing the bit of force or psychic damage into him, you see as they begin to just slowly start screaming out into oblivion before an explosion of goo and just all sorts of fiendish liquid. It is terrible, but they are dead nonetheless. That's your first attack. You do have a second.
All right, I'm attacking the one up top.
You got it. Go ahead. 22, that's going to hit. Roll damage. Let's see, another 10 points of psychic damage as you begin to continue striking more and more. You and Nelka almost back to back as you're just eviscerating these individuals with the likes of your blades. Chet, is that your turn or you got anything else?
My turn.
All right, you got it. Next up, now it's time for the enemy's turn. They are going to look around, and as they do so, they're going to choose between Nell or Bushi, which one they're going to hit. Bushi, you're going to be even. Nell, you're going to be odd. All right, let's see. Bushi's even, so they're going to try to strike out towards them. As they do so, they'll rush over, trying to almost grab and just overwhelm them. Let's see. Oof. A 5 or a 7, yep, that will miss. As they try to, they are not able to make purchase with that strike. Go ahead, Bushi, and try to bring back the pain.
All right. I'm going to activate my Crimson Right, the Right of Otakamaru.
You got it.
And I'm going to attack twice at this one.
For sure. As you do so, strike into them, and if you want to roll your d6 before or afterwards, that's perfectly fine. Nice. Only taking 1 point of damage. As you do, the blood begins to flow, and you strike over towards them as your blade is engulfed with this sinister energy.
Then, sorry, just looking for my...
Oh, it's in the inventory. It's your long sword.
Sorry.
Yeah. Does it work?
It's not triggering. One sec.
Make sure to hit the icon of the longsword.
Oh, never mind. I forgot to target. That's what's going on. There we go.
Oh, you're all good. There we go. With that, it's going to be Bushi getting a nat 20, so 27 or 19 points of damage. It's not even including the Crimson Right damage on top of that. Just to see, just for my sort of curiosity, that would have been an extra 8 plus your level. This guy is eviscerated. You would have overkilled him, my friend. So how do you want to do this as you strike into him?
I think the blade is just one motion as it comes out, and it's a wide arcing slice that basically just cuts him in half, if possible. It takes his head off.
Nice. As you do, you just begin to ready yourself for the second strike, which you do have. Go ahead and make it.
All right, targeting that guy. And...
Let's see. Even with all the 2 that you rolled, a 9 will still hit for 10 more points of damage. The Crimson Right has been dispersed, so you won't get any extra damage, but they are barely left standing as it is. Bushi, is that your turn, or you got anything else?
That is my turn.
You got it. Next up in initiative, now we have the enemies, and then we're going to have Aaron right after. This one is going to make an attack over towards Direct as they try to reach over and grab and tear him to pieces, but they're not able to do so. They'll continue just screaming out. This one over here is going to make an attack roll towards the likes of Nell as you just drop down trying to slash into it. It's going to get a little bit of retribution. But, ooh, not with a 7, they're not. All right, that will be their turn. Next up initiative over here, we're going to head over towards Chet as this one is striking into him. They're going to try to grab towards your legs and try to pull you from under. But no, these guys cannot hit. You can easily get the sense that they are not more so combatants. There seem to be just barely amalgamations of flesh itself, screaming out in pain and agony. All right, this one's going to try to strike out towards Chet. Ooh, that's a nat 1. Chet, how do you dodge this one as you just see a flurry of strikes heading your way?
I think he just hops and lets the thing kind of attack downwards.
You got it. As you do, you see as you're just able to jump over and you're able to stomp its head out. But Aaron, you are up. What would you like to do, buddy?
Alrighty, I am going to... Let's see. I am going to
Use Thunder. Nope. Ah, that one got pulled. Okay. I'm going to Shadow Blade as well, but let me pull up my character sheet.
Oh my gosh, this fucking hair is getting in my goddamn... I hate it. I hate all of it.
You eating more hair?
Yep, I hate it. Oh god. Hairball. No, I'm kidding.
Let's see. Trouble finding it.
What are you trying to look for?
Okay, I found it. Yep, there it is. Alright, so I stand there and I weave together bits of shadow and lightning, putting them together as the Shadow Blade and Booming Blade spells combine together to create the weapon in my hand. And I shall attack.
Alright, go for it. As you begin to start weaving the legs of the blade and more, strike forth towards an enemy of your choice. Shadow Blade, nice! 12 points of damage, and with that, the Booming Blade, you don't even need to add it on top of that because that would be enough to kill them regardless. So, as this individual begins to explode out into this thunderous energy and more, you see as the goo begins to start dispersing every which way. And Aaron, you see as these individuals are falling by each and every one of your comrades' hands, and now they fall before yours. Is there anything else you want to do for your turn? That was your bonus action and action.
I'm just going to move and hop on top of this little bag here.
All right, you got it. I got you. Trying to move over here, right?
Yeah, right here.
All right. So that is your turn. Next up in initiative is this guy. They're gonna reach over towards Bushi as they are the closest individual, as they're going to make their way over, sludging about. It's gonna be an attack. Will they hit? No, they will not. 14 will miss. As Bushi, you're able to sort of parry with your blade. Next up in initiative is these guys. They're going to rush over and they're going to try to strike into again. The closest person being Bushi. This one actually will hit and is going to deal the likes of 3 points of bludgeoning damage, as it kind of hits you as more so a nuisance rather than anything, but you do feel your skin beginning to slowly corrode, and that's not normal or good. Meanwhile, the other individual with a -1 initiative, this guy is going to starts figuring a way to get in and a bounce. All right, and they're going to move their way into... Actually, no, I don't think they can do anything. Yeah, they're just going to line themselves up here, and they're going to do nothing for the rest of their turn. Now, you are up, though. What would you like to do, buddy? As you see, as your allies are striking forth left and right.
Can Direct hit the one that is bottom right of him?
Yes, yeah, you can.
Okay, he's going to make a throw a fist over there.
You got it. As you begin to strike over towards him, you can roll the attack roll, but what you also begin to hear is,
Something's wrong. Garthanon, I know you haven't lied to me, have you?
whatever it seems to be, whatever you didn't know, apparently Garthanon knows about it, and someone is not happy about it. That said, 7 points of damage will hit and strike into this creature as that is... Yep, it goes through correctly. You're going to see as they begin to start almost sludging backwards, but they're still alive.
Alright. To rephrase what the voice said, Garthanon knows about something, or somebody said that Garthanon might have lied.
Is it worry anybody else that it sounds like Garthanon might be subservient to somebody stronger?
Possibly. But
Alright. Attack against that one.
you got it. 7 points of damage, easily enough, able to start or basically pierce the likes of the rapier directly into their skull or what makeshift skull they have. And with that, you see as they begin to eventually fall to nothingness, dust and ash. All right, now second attack.
Second attack against that one.
Same thing. How do you want to kill this guy?
Would these guys have a core?
Say it again.
Would these individuals have like a core that holds them together?
Yeah, they would.
Just pierces that and it shatters and he dissolves essentially.
Easy enough. It just kind of dissolves around the blade, but that will be their turn. Now, those are your actions. Go ahead.
Direct's just gonna move over and protect Bushi.
You got it. As begins to try to make himself more so a bigger threat, protecting this individual. Now, is that your turn?
I'm gonna not move. Okay, there you go.
All right.
I'm
Chet,
done.
you're up. You see as more individuals are beginning to start forming around you. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna cast Booming Blade.
Nice.
And it still has advantage.
The advantage will help out. Nearly a 20 though, but 13 will hit. Go for it. For the damage at least.
And
17 more points of damage. And which one was that towards again?
the one to the right.
Got you with another 17 points of damage. Booming Blade isn't even needed as you're able to eviscerate them with the first strike. As said, I believe that is... I forgot. You do have a bonus action
attack.
strike.
Yeah.
Trying to remember.
And I'll attack with Shadow Blade again.
Sure thing. As you begin to do so, the shadows are beginning to consume all creatures around you for a moment as you strike forth. A 22, that will hit. One more time with advantage. This one's only going to be 6 points of damage. Which one is this towards?
Top one.
Top one. That's enough, though. How do you want to do this, Chet?
He like swings with momentum through like the first one and the second one, and it's just one smooth motion as he cleaves them both in half.
Easy enough. As you do so, you see as more and more of the goo begins to disperse outwards, and you begin to see...
Brother Greed does not take kindly to this. State your reasons now. What? How?
And you see as the voice is cut off, but Chet, you're able to defeat this creature, an individual. Whatever's going down, it's going down fast, and you need to be a part of it or get down to at least the meaning of this soon. Chet, is that your turn?
It is my turn.
All right. Next up, we got Bushi. What would you like to do, buddy? 4 more individuals remain.
All right, I'm cutting through the next two. Very clear what the targets are, so we'll start with this guy and we'll move from here.
Sure thing.
Oh, he's near death, so let's do this. A sec. There we go.
Bushi, as you begin to bring out the long sword, striking forth towards him. 7 points of damage. That is enough. How do you kill this guy?
Bringing the blade back around, he delivers an overhead strike, kind of cutting it down sideways, and then I'm going to actually step in 5 feet and attack again.
You got it. As you do so, go ahead. Long sword attack. That's gonna be another 16 to hit and 12 points of damage. This one's just barely left standing as you strike into them. You see as they just need a little bit more damage to finish them off. Is that your turn?
It is. No, can I do... No, I can't. It's too late for the blood ray. I was gonna save it for a different action, but we'll hold off on that. So.
Gotcha. With that, oh, holy crap. It's Troll Lord Games with the 77 person raid. Holy crap. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you. After that, Bushi you are done. Now it's time for this other sort of demonic creature. As they sort of do so, you see as they're sludging in more and more, and eventually they'll begin to get ready to start striking over towards direct, as you were making sure that they were trying to like protect anything or anyone from getting towards them. As they do so, they're gonna just try to strike and grab and clobber them. They're gonna make an attack. All right, let's see. That's gonna be, no, not gonna be enough. An 8 to hit as they just strike over towards them, barely getting their cloaks a little bit dirty and grungy. Aaron, you are up. What would you like to do, buddy?
As I
Thank you, Troll Lord Games, for the raid. Sorry I can't talk to you guys. I'm in the middle of DMing a session. We do have a giveaway though, so be sure to join the giveaway. Join the giveaway. We're giving away to Scribe $175 worth of value, so be sure to enter.
In front of direct. Let's target 1. Character sheet.
So that's gonna be 23 to hit, 13 points of lightning damage. And which one was that towards? Yeah, that creature is dead. What does that look like, Aaron?
13 lightning damage to 1.
Oh, whoops, I was muted. Whoops, my bad. I was muted on Discord. My bad. Sorry about that. I was saying 23 points of damage, or 23 to hit, 13 points of lightning damage. What I was saying was, what does this look like when you kill them?
All right, so I jump up and shoot one. While midair, I shoot both bolts. The one going into that one just causes it to electrocute and almost explodes, sending its matter into the surrounding area. And now I shall hit the second one as well.
Go ahead, come on. 12 points of damage. Oh, they're so close to dead. Oh man, as you strike over into him, you see as it begins to eviscerate and electrocute their entire form and more. Aaron, you guys begin to start conjuring more and more of the electricity you see as they're getting ready to explode and combust. Is that your turn?
I hit the ground, tuck and roll, and end up. Let's go right here next to direct. I'm trying to get into a little occupied space right there, but yeah.
Did he drop one right there?
Yeah, he dropped the one right here. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna use a reaction. if possible.
Oh shoot! I already know what this is. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
Blood
go
Curse
ahead.
of the Fallen Puppet. So hold on. Oh nope, sorry, wrong one.
I gotcha.
Ignore
Don't worry.
that.
I remember what it is. It's my favorite blood curse. So
There we
unless
go.
you want to describe what this looks like, go for it.
No, go for it. Go for it. I like.
So as you kind of look over and you see as as Bushi looks over towards the individual being exploded with the electricity, Aaron, you look over towards where you're almost standing for a moment. As you kind of back up a bit, you see as the creature begins to slowly reform, almost rematerializing for one singular moment. It's formed with this bit of electricity, your and Bushi's blood power and lightning powers combined for a moment. As it does so, you see as it looks over towards its ally and it joins your side for one final act of strength. All right, Bushi, if you can, please roll a d20. I'll add its modifier and see if it kills the other enemy for you. D20. 19 to hit. Hell yeah. It does 2d4 extra damage. 5 points of damage, and you see as it takes its friend to the grave, as it will begin to rip and tear, electrocuting and bludgeoning this creature along with it. As it does so, you'll see eventually as the creature begins to dematerialize, and it falls down dead as well. Good stuff, you two. Good stuff.
Look over to Bush. Bushi, make eye contact and give a stout nod.
He smiles.
Heck yeah. Lemur's turn. All right, here's what this guy's gonna do. It's gonna have to hit direct because that's what you were making sure of. So it's going to make one singular attack. We'll see is this trying to like almost throw a bit of the coals and kind of chuck it at Direct's face to give it a little bit of distraction. We'll see if it's effective or not, though. No, not really. It's an 11 to hit. He misses. Now, finish him off. What you got for us, buddy?
Direct takes offense to this as he punches it square in the face.
Oh God. 13.
If,
all right. How does Direct kill him? Is it just the straight wham, the wallop in the face?
I'll say this to give it a bit more flair. You see Direct kind of roll its as the coal kind of hits its face and it smacks it, completely missing or damaging him. He rolls his shoulder blades back and he starts pummeling it like Johto, and just pummeling it straight into the ground, burying it in its own grave.
And with that, the creature is fallen and defeated, or has fallen and is now defeated. No, or actually, I'm gonna give this one to Direct. I would give this one to Direct as they get the final kill. Oh yeah. With that, as combat begins to end, you look over and it seems to be that you guys aren't out of the woodworks just yet. You hear more of the voice one last final time as it's cut off, but it's still beginning to, how you say, trying to materialize from wherever it's coming from as it speaks and says,
No, this isn't right. We had a deal. Brother Greed will hear from you, whether you like it or not. Ugh.
and with that, you hear the voice is immediately cut off. But you do know one thing, that is further and further into the legs of this mine, and you need to find it fast. So, heroes, what would you like to do?
Think
Nils,
boot. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Nils just hopping onto the back of Direct again.
Sure thing.
Bushi strides forward, especially knowing that there's this what looks like the tracks going two different ways up ahead. He's gonna get to that point and look around. Blade still out.
Easy enough. You guys move your tokens, the map is live, and I'll let you know if you see anything when it becomes relevant.
First things first, Nell's going to look at the tracks and see which way the carts are, where the tracks are positioned, where the carts will go.
Sure.
If he can just look ahead and see if that, because he might be pushing this cart just ahead as a bit of cover.
Sure. I mean, looking ahead, it's just like the map is. It's getting ready to hit a sort of right turn. I'm getting ready to kind of turn almost around, probably past the legs of this wall. If you want to kind of listen in, you can maybe try to put your ear amongst the wall, see if you can hear anything past that. Over towards the left, you do notice Bushi and Chet. You kind of see as the wall, or the or up ahead, there definitely seems to be some rocks blocking the legs of your path. But one thing that you don't necessarily see immediately, let's see. Chet and Bushi, make a perception check for me. $10, and then one more from Bushi. To 10. You look over and you do notice as there is not much, but you do see as something is kind of like twitching underneath the rocks. You're not sure if something is alive or if something is moving the rocks or whatever, but you just know the rocks are almost unsettling for whatever reason.
It'll probably go and investigate.
Sure thing. As you kind of start digging through more and more, eventually begin to take a couple of rocks before you see as falling out from under it, or from kind of through the rocks, you notice as there is a skeletal corpse lying there. It kind of just begins to lull out, and it seems to have been here for who knows how long. But something is strange about that. The fact that there's a skeletal corpse, though, and not just a dead body. I'll leave it up to you if you guys can bring or draw that conclusion, but that is at least what you do see. You do notice as last sort of thing, there is a bit of sort of gold and copper and silver pieces kind of not too far and kind of lodged in the likes of the rocks and stones as well, just scattered about the entire area. Seems to be that they can be found in a couple of pouches and more, but regardless, it's up to you guys on what you want to do or say.
I guess just take the pouch of money.
Sure thing. For the first pouch of money, what you would get is 2 gold pieces, 50 silver, and 100 copper pieces.
I think
How much silver?
Bushhook. Sorry.
How much silver?
50 silver.
Okay.
I think Bushy will come over and take a look at the corpse, or the skeleton rather, real quick.
Sure thing.
Just trying to get a sense of anything that stands out or anything strange about it, aside from it being a skeleton.
Looking at it, you kind of look further and further into it, and you see as into its rib cage, as if it was sort of stored there. You notice as there is a stone of the sorts, a red gem crystal, if you will. Looking over at it, if you were to point it out, Chet, you'd realize what that is. It's similar to what Nell found earlier. But Bushi, to you, this is a mana crystal.
While you guys are talking about that, when Direct was moving Nell over to the entrance, he at the corner of his eye, he catches this and he runs over. He's gonna look at this box and a piece of paper.
1 second.
That it looks like. He's just gonna search the entrance area for anything.
What are you looking at? Okay, over there. Let me pull that up. So over there, and you're looking at the like little bits of paper and all that.
Yeah, and just in the general area of anything of use.
Nah, it's nothing really of use over there, like on the paper. It's more so just plans for the miners and such like that. Besides that, what you do find is that there are tons of carts, barrels, kegs, ale, crates, basically other sort of sacks left and right, you name it. But other than that, it just seems like really just tools for the miners and such, just to kind of do their everyday to-day work.
Okay. Just curious. He's gonna make his way back in.
Sure thing.
Yeah, I think Bush is gonna take that mana crystal if he can, not knowing what it is. He's gonna grab it unless someone tells him not to.
I'm looking down the tracks with both Eldritch Blasts ready. As the guy
And
trying
he-
to stand guard.
Got it.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
and
Bush.
Bush is just gonna say, I don't think we have a lot of time. Let's take what we need and keep going.
As Nell moves in, would he catch it high of the mana crystal?
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, Bush is not trying to hide it either. He's
Yeah.
not like trying to sleight of hand it. He's got it out. He's not sure what it is.
Has he moved it yet?
He was reaching down
Yeah.
to do so.
I was.
I would hold on for that.
Okay.
I think that might be important for the overall plan. I found one back in a statue. Accidentally broke it. I think that's why that I, for some reason, have more strength than normal. But it is a very dangerous and not valuable, but it has potential of destruction and benefit. It's a gamble. If I think we might want to destroy these. It seemed that voice was angry. Either one, because we destroyed it, or two, because we killed those fleshy slime things. But if we do destroy it, we should do it at a range. We shouldn't be near it when it goes off.
I think Bushi needs clearer instruction on that, so he says, so am I getting it or not?
I would not. If don't touch it. I touched it. Something happened. I don't know if that's going to happen at the same time. It's a very chaotic substance. It could blow up or turn into a potted plant. I don't know. Have you heard of a wild magic?
I don't know. But I know what chaos looks like. Even so, the last time we touched one of these, we were given benefit.
It's
Yes.
on you if you touch it.
Right.
And we can mend our mistakes later.
I'll take my chances. Chet, do you want to get out of the area?
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
While you're sort of
Bushi will
doing
grab
this,
it.
while you're doing this, Aaron, you do start hearing footsteps coming from the direction of where you're kind of aiming your Eldritch Blast. Then, if you guys are gonna do something and try to get through here, you're gonna need to do it fast, or you're gonna have company coming soon.
I start re-preparing that 1 minute cast.
Sure thing. And what's the 1 minute cast for again?
It's magic circle or something like that.
Magic Circle. Gotcha. Keep in mind, you only have you only got one more spell slot left, so keep that in mind. Are you using it for this? Because I don't think you can ritual cast it.
If I activate it, if the right thing comes around the corner and I activate it, then sure. If not, then I'll just abandon the whole cast and use it for something else.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll keep that in mind then. So like you're kind of like keeping it at like right at the end where you can just complete it on a drop of a dime. But if nothing happens, then you'll just leave it for something else later.
Yep. If nothing, if it's not what I want, then it's gonna be Eldritch Blast.
You got it. I can work with that.
Nell's gonna hide behind this cart as Bushi does his thing.
All right. So you trying to break the crystal then?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. As you do so, how exactly do you break the crystal? Do you like chuck it at the rocks and such?
Yeah, I think he goes to throw it like over here.
All
Smash
right.
it.
Fair enough. As you do so, you all begin to hear a sort of childlike giggling. It is creepy, it is scary, it is concerning, but you hear it as you kind of break the crystal as it shatters amongst the walls and the stones. And as it does so, well, let's roll a D1000. Let's find out what happens.
I would have said if you Bushi throws it, I would have backed up
dear
a bit.
Lord. That is a 991. Oh.
Did y'all just break another crystal?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I
would have used it as
that
a
would have been
weapon
so
personally,
fun.
but-
Okay. That would have been, oh my gosh, that would have been hilarious. All right. Fuck, I wish you would have threw it at somebody else. I gotta re-roll it.
Oh.
A lot of these are like, oh my god, that'd be so useful. Everybody in Soulbound would be fucking losing their goddamn mind. For those of you who are curious, basically, it's the gift of knowledge. The caster instantly knows all sorts of information about the target creature. Its mission, race, general history, name, profession, level, ability, strength, weaknesses, mother's first name, etc. It knows all.
Well, he knows that rock.
Yeah, you know. All right, let's see if anything else happens. Okay, D41.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's so varied. We wouldn't. We
Oh.
might have given them a buff.
Well, this works. Oh my god, I love wild magic. So, as you kind of throw this, Bushi, you just see as... Well, no, you're kind of looking at Bushi and just... They're gone. They vanish.
Bushi vanishes.
Yep.
Hearing nothing happen, he's gonna peer around the corner.
You look over, Aaron's gone too.
Aaron is gone as well.
Same thing with Chet. And direct, because why not?
Back. He's gonna run up to the up here and
Sure thing.
essentially try and hide. He's gonna hide behind the. He's gonna go inside this cart and just hide
You look
Just-
over...
and prepare a spell real quick.
As you sort of do so, Aaron, you look over and everybody's just gone. Even Nell.
Holy what?
I think
As you
we're
kind
all
of-
invisible.
As you kind of, well, even more than that, Nell, as you're kind of walking about, you look down and your legs are gone. They're just ghostly wisps for a moment. completely ethereal.
Okay.
However,
Okay.
and you kind of try to like hide by the sort of cart for a second, you just phase through it completely. But you see as said etherealness is beginning to fade and very, very fast.
Real quick,
Mm-hmm.
Arcana check to see how long the time lasts.
Sure thing, make an Arcana check.
Any guidance on that?
Sure. At 14, don't worry about it, you're good. You have, oh my gosh, you lucked out like a bandit. You have 10 rounds, and so far
10
you've
rounds?
used 9. Oh, you've used 1 round. You have 9 left.
1 round? Alright, knowing this thing, he's going to make a dash through the rubble.
All right, as you do.
Seeing... Do I see this?
Yes, you do.
Knowing this, I'm going to continue past it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. As you do so, I would say probably that'd be your 8, or that'd be you'd be down to 8. What are the rest of you guys doing?
8. Okay. Seeing that there's nothing over here, he's probably going to make a mad dash back. Not
Alright.
wanting to touch that.
Well, hold on, but this is before this is
Yes.
beforehand. What's everybody else doing?
Whatever everybody wants to do.
That's just staying still.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make an intelligence check and see what Bushi's doing here. I think it'd be hilarious. Oh,
14.
he's not that bad.
All
I
right.
think he starts to figure it out. He starts to wave his hand through the rocks. But he's gonna call out. He says, "Hello? Is anyone here?
You all hear the voice.
Am I alone?"
Seeing this happen, he's going to run back. Don't go back there! I can't move my item anymore.
Oh, I would have said
Huh?
now make a perception check though while you're down over there.
Okay.
I'll give you an advantage
I-
because you would have had full freedom and like freedom to kind of look over there without really any consequences for the time being.
Okay. Any guidance? I'm always going to ask.
Probably not for this one. This is more so
Okay.
just a reactive thing.
Alt for advantage.
Yes, sir. We're gonna take that 15. You'd look over, and one thing that you would have saw is that little watery pool. Well, first off, there's more crystals beside it. Second off, well, there's some things kind of moving about the water. It's like bubbling for a bit. And the third and final thing, well, not final thing. The third thing is there's a little bit of red fog. I don't know if you noticed that, but it seems to be sort of festering over there. And the final thing is that watery pool, it does not look as shallow as it seems on the map. It seems a lot deeper than what it's sort of letting off, or what it seems, or what it's presenting itself as.
Okay. Knowing this, he's going to make a mad dash back.
Go for it.
Is that's not what he wants to deal with at the moment.
See, as this individual
Yeah.
just eating rocks right now.
All right. I cannot get my character through.
Oh, I got you. Here, I'm gonna
I'm
delete
hitting a
one.
wall.
Yeah, big
Okay.
wall here. I'm gonna delete this. Oh, hold on. There you go.
Okay. He's back over.
So yeah, that's happening right now. What are the rest of you guys sort of doing as you hear Bushi calls out?
Chet's gonna be like, "You there?"
Yeah, I'm still here. Where are you? He's gonna
Where
try
am
to
I?
follow the voices.
Don't go behind the rocks. That's all I'm gonna say for now. Until this wears off.
As you're kind of doing so, you look over, and Aaron, remember that spell that you were sort of casting? You'll see as there are, the first thing you see is you see the likes of, I grabbed direct. You'll see as there is a Duergar of the sort. It's a Underdark dwarf who seems to be kind of being led over here. They have a mallet and pickaxe in each hand. And as they do so, you do notice there's a strange purplish, fiendish creature with a tail they have this sort of beard that has multiple spikes and more. And you see these two individuals, and sounds like a lot more footsteps approaching, but they don't see you right now.
Would using the message cantrip fuck up what I'm doing?
As of right now, I think you'd be able to. Yeah, I think you'd be able to do it. But keep in mind, you guys only have 5 rounds of being able to walk through walls, disappear, and fly.
Oh, fly?
Oh.
Well, I was just making a Danny Phantom reference, but no.
Okay, yes. Okay.
So I point in the direction of where I know everybody to be, making as wide of aspersions as I can, and just to anybody who can get a glimpse of this, I send a telepathic message. Everybody show up, shut up, it looks like Garthanon's party is coming.
Response to that. Tell them to hide. We may be able to get a surprise round. Surprise them.
And would I be able to tell if any of these figures here are in fact Garthanon himself, or?
You have no idea what he looks like, but you'd probably be able to tell that they're probably not Garthanon due to the fact they ain't got much gold on them. And that was what the one individual, who you guys very much killed, they said that he gifted them a lot of gold and allowed it to be a part of their aesthetic.
Now's gonna tell Direct to move over to this area.
Mm-hmm. As you sort of do so. Yeah, you can kind of move him for a bit, but you'll hear as the devil will begin to speak and say, I don't see anyone. I heard something. Here's the Duergar begins to speak and say, right, well, seems to be that things are going a little bit awry in this here cave. It's probably Garthanon's sort of doing, or at least, well, more so because of what they're not doing. See as the devil begin to sort of smack the Duergar on the back of his head. Silence. Search the area and look around. They'll be here eventually. I know there's someone. If not, report back to Garthanon. And you'll see as they'll begin to start looking, or they'll begin to start moving around for a bit. And as they do, you'll see as the Duergar, the final thing they'll do and say, oh, fucking hell. God damn it. Fucking cave in. We're lucky to be alive at least, but it looks like we ain't getting to Garthanon then. Unless fuck. Oh no. We will be getting to Garthanon. I see that you are able and ready, and you have a pickaxe at the ready. As soon as we're done searching here, you get to work. Now. You see as they get ready, they begin to grab the legs of their spear. See as they start kind of groaning for a moment, but they're kind of eyeing the legs of that little area before eventually heading forward and trying to see exactly all the goo and bloodshed that you guys spilled over here. What are you guys doing?
I use the message to communicate. Garthanon's around the tracks behind the cave in.
All I see was a 3-armed, 4-legged, 1-eyed, very big mouth beast.
Run past him.
Okay.
3 rounds left.
Yeah, everybody just get behind it and run. We might as well deal with this thing.
Yeah.
Taking all the dash actions to get us deep into this cave as possible past this thing's reach.
All right. As you sort of do, I'd probably say you get about as close as where Chet is. Probably that being the absolute farthest.
Yeah, we can not see.
I have a spell ready in case something happens.
All right. Bushi, you following them right or no?
Bushi, yeah, I'm there. I think. I'm assuming I'm there.
Gotcha. Hold on, I got you over here. Bam. So as you begin to do so, hold on 1 second. Eventually, Bam. Oh wait, hold on. You guys are invisible still. Let me fix that. Bam. 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 Not initiative or combat. Bam. There you go. Oh, whoa. There. Why is there two of you? Oh god, there's two Bushis. Wait a minute.
He splits.
It's my superpower. Yeah.
All
That's what
right.
it do.
And there's direct. And 2, 1. There we go. As you guys begin to eventually appear, you look over and you see the creature, one, begins to look over, notice you, will do it, and then begins to start booking it over towards you for in one moment. But before that happens, you all look over and you see as hair in my mouth. Oh god, I hate this wig. Ugh. Ugh. Fuck. All right. You also begin to see as, remember that water or that little bit of bubbling and such that was sort of acting up earlier now?
Yeah.
You quickly realize why, as you begin to see as almost festering and more in the mud, you see as slowly kind of reaching out and lurching out. You see as flying beasts begin to form in 1, 2, 3 individuals. And as they do, you look over and you'll see as a small little imp begins to start flapping his wings, begins to start swimming up and around out of the water before they look over. They look at you, they look towards the enemy or the other mud methods before they're like, ah, shit. And with that, my friends, I'm gonna need y'all to roll for initiative. All right, here we are. Here we are once more.
I don't know about the monster behind us, but this is gonna
Oh,
Oh, shit.
boy.
Oh shit.
Sword attack.
Oh, whoops. I gotta fix him. All right, bam, bam, bam. And this guy's over here. Whoops.
I highly doubt the imp is Garthanon, but that's funny.
Oh, man. Well. Oh, wait. Did it roll for everybody? Nope, not yet. Okay, cool. All right, y'all. You know what time it is. Let's do this.
Which
I don't
is
have the initiative at the top yet.
Oh, it's in the, if you don't see it, then it's in the top right of your screen. You can click on the 2 swords icons and you can click on that. All right, and then, so yeah, once you click on the little sword icon, if you scroll down, find your character and you'll be good to go. I'm gonna remove direct. I got you, Aaron. Oh, nope, you got it. Dope. 19. All right, Nell, you're gonna lead us again. After that is the imp, then Aaron. Okay, Nell, bring us home. As you begin to start us off in combat, you see as the individual is getting ready to send or look towards the little methods. They look over towards you. Ah, shit. But they're just standing there. Let's get him, come on. And with that, you'll see as the methods are getting ready to charge you down. But what would you like to do as you act first?
first off, how far up in the air are they?
They're not far. They're like 5 feet. Here, I can fix it.
All right. He's going. Didn't want to. He's going to get on top of direct, and he is going to pull out his rapier and take a stab at the closest one to him.
You got it. As you begin to do so, make your first attack roll, please. As you begin to just strike out with the rapier towards them.
I don't want to use my musket.
First strike, 16 to hit, 8 points of damage as you begin to twist the blade and more. This individual seems a lot hardier than the last one, but they're able to take the damage. You do have a second attack.
All right. Yeah, same thing.
Go ahead, another one, 9 points of damage as you begin to just stab and jab over and over and over again. That said, that is your action. Got a bonus action.
Direct's gonna take a smack as well.
Easy enough. As you do so, Aaron, prepare yourself because you're on deck. Direct begins to just punch them into oblivion, and with 14 more points of damage, the mud method begins to explode out into a heap of mud and dirt, and they are dead from the first round. Now, is that your turn, or you got anything else?
Yes, I didn't want to use my musket and stuff because I don't want to make noise in a cavern, because that echoes. So just to let everybody know that.
You got it.
Don't do anything loud. And I'm...
All right, Imp's turn. They're gonna look over, and they don't like this. They don't like this at all. They are going to cast a... They're gonna look over, and they're going to hold an action, but they're gonna be looking as if they're kind of slowly slinking back into the water, and you see as they're getting ready to conjure a spell. But that's gonna be their go. Next up, Aaron, what would you like to do?
As I see the imp starting to make his retreat, I take both hands filled with all my electrical energy and send them arcing through the sky at the imp.
You got it. 2 attack rolls on the Eldritch Blast as the electricity forms over. The first one nearly eviscerates them with a 9 points of lightning damage, but the 11 will not be able to do it as the second one strikes over towards the wall, and you actually see as it strikes in to one of the mana crystals. We're gonna roll a D1000 and see what happens there, as these things are still on the walls, my friend.
Oh,
Yay!
please explode him.
This is either gonna be really good or really bad for y'all. All right, it is. All right, hey Aaron, 1, 2, wait, 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Let's do 3.
3. All right, you just see as the individual begins to immediately get like assaulted with the likes of cold energy as a bit of snow begins to form and almost start almost, how you say, just attacking them over and over again as they explode off to the side. They're gonna take a D4 of cold damage from the explosion, and funny enough, 4 points of damage. Yep, that's enough. You'll see as the cold bits of explosion energy from the wild magic is enough to kill them as the imp falls down dead in the water. With that,
We own the storm.
good stuff.
I would have kept my life.
Aaron, you are, that is your action. You do have a bonus action though.
I don't think I have anything I can use with it right now.
All right, Mephit's turn over here. This one's going to start swinging around, and as they do, they're going to fly over towards the cause of some of the pain. They're going to fly over towards Aaron, placing themselves in between Chet. Not really a great position, but they have their orders, and they're going to do it well. They're going to do a couple of attacks. Actually, you know what? No. Before they do that, actually, you know what? They're going to not do that. They are going to instead... they are going to use their Mud Breath. As you will see. Oh, okay. No, they're just going to do it to you instead. They're going to, in fact, target you with the likes of the Mud Breath as you see it begins to form up. And as you fail with a 7, you'll see as it begins to start wrapping around you and eventually hardening as you are now restrained, Aaron. That is their go. They don't need to, actually they do need to be a little bit closer, so they're gonna do that. They're gonna place themselves right here still. All right, that is their turn. Bushi, you are up. What would you like to do?
What would it take to get Aaron out of his situation? Sorry, I was muted for a sec.
Oh, you're good. Let's see. You can try to give, it would be like dictating or designating a whole action to help him if you want. That's really rough, but you see as Aaron is actively trying to fight out of it though. They're not stuck there forever.
I'm gonna start with my bonus action because I know what I want to do there, or try there, and see if this works. I look back. I can see this creature, the Zorn, right from where I'm at.
Yep.
I'm going to try a blood curse of binding on it.
All right, as you do so, you see as the blood begins to flow for a moment, as it begins to almost materialize, wrapping around the Zorn for a moment. Make that strength save and throw. As you do so, that is a nat 20. You see as they're trucking along and they are unaffected by it as they just kick the blood away. That is your bonus action. You do have an action.
All right. My action with Bushi, I think I'm just gonna target the mud mephit in front. That's what Bushi would do. Let's be honest.
Fair enough.
Kills
Fair enough.
things with the sword. All right. Here we go. Why is my inventory all blank right now? Hold on. There we go. Hold on, my sheet's not working here.
Make sure you got them targeted and make sure that you hit the icon, rather.
Let me try this. Yeah, the weapons are like empty.
Weapons are empty. Let's see.
Oh, there we go. Got it.
You got it? All right, cool. It's gonna be 15 to hit, 10 points of damage. The first slash is able to take a little bit off of their legs as the mud spills onto the ground. Go ahead and make your second strike. But the second strike is going to be an extra 12 points of damage as you do almost an upward strike, almost cleaving them directly in half with a bisecting attack. That said, they are still alive, but barely at that. Not looking too good. All right, Bushi, is that your turn?
That is my turn.
All right, Zorn's turn. This individual, you'll see as they begin to start looking over before they just jump out and almost face first begin to start burrowing into the ground as they are going to go underground. Not this far. And they are going to boot. 20. And they're going to use their action to dash. And that will be their go. Alright. That is their turn. Mud Mephit's turn over here. This individual is going to look over towards Nell and start trying to bludgeon them as they're going to hit him with a couple of attacks. They're going to strike, or basically just start punching and wailing onto them. Let's see if it hits.
Direct disadvantage, just in case.
Just in case. Well, it doesn't even, as Direct kind of begins to reach out and try to distract him or almost throw their fist off balance, you'll see as the Mud Mephit's fist actually goes way over you entirely, as that is only a 10 to hit. But Chet, you're now up. What would you like to do, buddy?
I'm gonna start with Booming Blade on the Mud Mephit that's up.
Alright, fair enough. That is a Constitution saving throw for them, as that will. Oh, make sure you gotta roll to hit first. And
shit.
Yeah.
It's a little unintuitive.
Yeah, it acts a little weird with some of those cantrips. I reset the damage if anybody else was targeted and hit. I don't know why it's bugging out. Yeah, gotcha. So there we go. That is a 13 to hit, which will hit, and damage. I don't know why it's acting dumb right now, but it's fine. So it's going to be 6 points of damage more to it. And that said, Chet, how do you want to kill this creature? As that is enough to make them fall.
He gives a well-aimed thrust to its head, stabs it in there, and then just flicks the rapier up, and it kind of cleaves its head in half.
As you do so, I forgot to do this earlier, but you'll see as it explodes out in a burst of sticky mud to each and every creature around it. I need Direct, Chet, Aaron, and Bushi. Well, Aaron, you're fine because you're already restrained. But I need each of you, for the rest of you, to make dexterity saving throws for me, please. As the mud begins to form, and now you guys are in a good spot. 19 will succeed. Bushi and Chet, you will fail, and you will be restrained. All right, and that's let's see. Yep. With that, as the Mud Mephit begins to explode and die, that will be its turn. And Chet, I believe that is yours, correct?
Yep.
All right, let's let's get that set up. Next up, Nell, what would you like to do? Seems to be the method's here, but you don't know where the Zorn is.
Yeah, that completely messed up my plans. Direct is going to run over here.
All right. He will take
Would-
an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
He's going to say punch attack. Ting! Nothing. As he just strikes
No.
onto steel.
For direct, technically action, he's only able to get one person out, attempt to get one person out of this.
Mm-hmm. You can give him the help action if you want.
Alright. He's going to give the help action, or would he be able to attempt to get Aaron out?
Not on his turn, but he can give him a help
Okay.
action to help Aaron. So he's going to make his dexterity saving throw or strength saving throw with
Yes.
advantage.
Actually, he's going to move around to here, past the both of them, and give the help action to either one. Yeah, he's going to do that, and then Nell is going to take out his rapier and attack this guy.
You got it. As you begin to bring out the rapier and try to supercharge it and strike towards the creature, go ahead. Make 2 attacks.
Yeah, I don't want to take an attack of opportunity.
15 is going to be 5 points of damage towards him as the first strike is able to make purchase, but you got a second one.
Alright, second attack.
Nice. Another 10 points of damage as you're just carving into it. Its arms and legs are sort of spewing out more and more blood. Or not blood, but mud instead. With that, Nell, is that your turn?
Yes. He gets back into like a defensive position after that.
Got you. All right, Aaron, what would you like to do on your turn? You are restrained. You can still cast spells and abilities. It's just you're restrained right now. So you do so. Attack rolls that you do have disadvantage.
All right. Can I?
You do have it.
Bonus action to try to break free.
Not a bonus action. You just do so at the end of your turn.
And you have advantage since the help action is there.
All right. So I am going to. Would I be able to hold one? Yeah, under theme, I've asked the question. Would I be able to hold the second blast back as a prepared reaction, or do I have to shoot them both?
Nah, you'd have to shoot them both. You can either ready an action to go to fire both at the same time, or you can, one or the other. Shoot them now or shoot them both later.
I'll shoot it. Actually, I'm going to prepare that action, seeing as I saw the thing go underground, and I'm not really interested in seeing it come above ground successfully.
Fair enough. All right, so with that, you ready your action and more? Bushi. Oh wait, before you do that, Aaron, make your hold on, let me make sure and see. It is a for you, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, and you do it with advantage, Aaron.
Alrighty, and it's alt for advantage.
Yep. As you're trying to like get out of the mud and try to kick it away, you see his direct is helping you out a little bit. 13, easy enough. You don't even need the advantage as you're able to break free eventually. With that, actually roll one more time. I want to see something just in case of a crit. Nah. All right, let's take the 13. You are free and no longer restrained, but you are still crackling with electricity and lightning, readying yourself for whenever the Zorn comes back out from the ground. Bushi, you're up.
I think Bushi's going to try and break free first and foremost, and if he can move after, he will. If he can't, I mean, there's nothing I think he can do at this point. So.
If you're trying to use your actions instead to kind of break out, then right?
Yeah.
I will say it will have the thing when it comes up, if it does, it will have disadvantage on anything once I use the reaction of direct. So you should be relatively okay this round.
To the saving throw.
All right, go ahead. 11, barely beating the DC. That will be able to break you out as you're able to sort of cut yourself free with your sword and blade. You flick the mud off, and with that, you are no longer restrained. That is your action. You do have a bonus action and movements.
Okay. Movement. He's going to try and get out of this center place here. We got too much of us around. I think we'll go here. And I don't think he can really do anything too useful range-wise. So I'll just I'll end turn there.
Easy enough.
Look like?
That Zorn, he is going to, on his turn, he is going to immediately emerge, and he's going to do so with advantage because you guys don't know exactly where he is, even despite the little marker thing. And he's going to break out, and we'll see who is he going to strike as he begins to first see. Big robot or spellcaster. He hasn't seen you. Or has he seen you fight?
I don't think so. He went under.
Nah, he went under. So he's going to go for Big Robot, because Big Robot is big scary. All right, he's going to make a claw attack towards them. That's going to be a nat 20, so 15 points of damage towards direct as he just begins to claw and tear into him. That's his first strike. Here's the second one. There's going to be a normal attack.
But would me shooting at him and immediately cause him to lose that advantage?
Nah, I wouldn't cause him to lose advantage, but he is going to take some damage, so go ahead and make some attack rolls for me, please. I'm moving you over here so you don't automatically get disadvantage. So cast the Eldritch Blast while he's striking.
Appreciate that.
15 is going to not hit, but he's going to try to bite down onto him for his third attack. Ugh, nearly another 20, but that is a 2. He will miss. That, Aaron, as you try to strike over towards him. Wait, hold on. His AC is bugged. It's not, for some reason his AC is at 19, but I changed that. It is not at 19. That is ridiculous for this guy. But he does take 12 points of damage. You do have your second strike though. Nice, another or a nat 20 coming in for 18 points of damage. As you see, as you nearly blast him back further into the ground, but you see as he's still just running off of instincts and more. That said, that is your ready to action. I'm gonna move you back over here. The Zorn is going to look over, and you'll see as he's beginning to start just spouting out nonsense. But as he does so, you see as he looks over, and now you see as he begins to start freezing for a moment. You see a look of fear begin to rise amongst his face, and see as he starts backing up. Aaron, you do not get an attack of opportunity because you used your reaction for your ready to action, but you'll notice as he's just gonna run the hell away from whatever the heck is coming. Direct, you do get an attack of opportunity if you have your reaction back though.
Yeah, he never made an attack against somebody, so he should have his attack.
But this Zorn, he is running away from whatever is in the water. Hold on, you had the thingy targeted, so I'm gonna give 16 points of damage to them. All right, there we go.
About that.
All good. Zorn is not looking too good, but that will be his turn. You look over towards the next individual, being the mud method, and they're going to continue trying to strike you down. Now, at this point, you're going to see as they start picking you up, and as they're flying over, they're going to try to smash you into the wall. That is a 14. I don't know why I was hitting direct. 14 still misses you. Now, that will not be able to happen as they try to reach out, and you're able to duck underneath. That's their go. Chet, you're up.
I guess I try to break out.
Fair enough if you want to use your action to do so. Keep in mind, you guys make the saving throw at the end of your turn, so you guys can still do stuff for an action. It's just you do some things at disadvantage.
I'll still try to break out.
Go ahead, use your action to do so. Dexterity saving throw. That is a 20. That will be able to break yourself free. As you do have a bonus action and action left. Or excuse me, bonus action and movement left.
I'll just move and end my turn there.
All right. As this is happening, now you're getting ready to strike. Before
I don't plan to strike if I seen that big thing running.
Well, good thing is, you get to figure out what it's running from.
Yep.
And as you do, well, you look over and you begin to see as two massive creatures begin to slowly start forming out from the legs of the water, beginning to swim up slowly but surely. And as they do, does anybody here speak Infernal?
I do.
Bushy does, I think.
I tried to, but I accidentally clicked on Undercommon when I created my character.
Oof.
Yeah. Next time I use them, I'll change that.
Yeah, I only know Undercommon as well.
Well, and for those of you guys who understand Infernal, you all begin to hear in the likes of your mind for a moment. As you hear the creatures begin to say, "Stop this at once! Garthanon knows you're here. This fighting ends now. Garthanon seeks no blood. Not yet, unless you continue to give him a reason. Continue with us, or we will enact his will." I said both of you guys hear that. You can choose to respond out loud if you want.
Bushi would be the only one who understands, huh?
Oh yeah. That's not good. I think Bushi says, "We're not here for a parley. We're here for Garthanon, are we not?" He looks to his allies, who have no idea what was just said.
Chet knows,
They ask
Chet knows
us-
what it was said.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Chet knows Infernal. I think. Let's get Garthanon.
Hearing what he has, hearing what Bushi said, I would chime in, just kind of getting the gist.
Oh, hold up now. An easy path ahead seems convenient.
Fair enough.
Then they ask us to stop.
We'll hear what he has to say, right? See what his terms are.
He does seem like a businessman, so we could probably pay it, at least, to survival or some shit if that happens. But
This is all in common.
Yeah.
You know the job that we were assigned to. Keep that in mind. And I don't think he is willing to leave this dead.
My interest is piqued. Our interest is piqued.
Fine. Let's hear what he has to say.
A good choice. And you see, as that is said and done, combat will end for now. But I'm gonna drop this into the likes of chat. Got a new song for you guys. You can throw that on and you can repeat. To repeat a song, all you gotta do is just click on it and or like go to the YouTube track, and then you can right click on the video and then loop it. Oh boy. You'll see as the spined devils begin to slowly look over towards you. And as they do, they'll begin to motion you towards the water as they begin to slowly descend back into it once more. That said, do you guys choose to follow? Alright. If you so do.
So, How
Everyone
long?
behind us stays.
Never mind. I was looking at mending. It takes a minute to cast, so probably not going to do that.
The mud meth is going to return back into the ground and mud.
Okay.
Fushi will put his sword away for now and stride forward with the others.
Nell is going to give the command to direct to repair himself. I believe that is a 2d8 for plus 2d8 plus 3 healing towards.
I will be honest, they probably wouldn't let you start repairing or casting spells while you're being led to the place. They do not trust you like that.
Okay. It wasn't a spell nor a command. It's just telepathically he just starts repairing himself.
The thing to repair himself. Okay.
Yes.
That's different. All right. So if that's the case, then yeah. But here, I will start dragging you in. And this is what you all begin to see. Oh, man. Move yourself, Aaron. Next is Chet as I begin to swim on in. Followed
That is
by
8.
eventually Bushi. As you sort of do so, eventually direct and now make yourselves or make your way in. And what you begin to see is this strange arcane or infernal gate towards somewhere. It seems to be a massive hole that goes down and down to know or who knows where. But you hear massive footsteps hitting the ground as you notice as the gate is beginning to close off and seal for a moment. It's getting ready to reopen. Over to the side, you see an individual who you're not even entirely sure what their race might even be. They're clad completely in steel armor and gold as they have a massive cape that flows behind them. Multiple horns that are wrapping and intertwining amongst one another, almost like a tiefling, but you're not entirely sure what tiefling looks like this, as the metal is kind of ingrained into their own flesh and more. You look over, and you see Garthanon, the Golden Priest, look over towards you all. You'll see as the individual is sort of coursing with this strange bit of magic about him. With every step he takes, you notice as more and more of this divine or infernal, you're not entirely sure, it's almost a mixing and matching of both. They begin to start intertwining and swirling about him before he begins to speak and say,
Oh, so this is the individuals who have been a pain in my side for the time. Why? Why are you here?
We can ask you the same thing.
Well, if you're interested in me so much, I'm here to simply make coin and gold, and give people opportunities that they otherwise wouldn't have. Even your opportunities that you wouldn't have. But I do not wish to scream or yell. Let them through.
and you'll see as the spine devils begin to slowly float over and fly to Garthanon's side. That said, as you begin to sort of walk in, you do notice as on the ground that sort of those strange arcane runes and sigils, one by one, they're beginning to slowly glow again and again, starting with the one to the left and then towards the right and then so on and so forth, as beginning to start pulsing upon completion. You look over and you hear as Garthanon begins to speak and say,
an interesting bunch. But it seems that one of you is so similar to me. It seems to be that sin is very apparent in all of Voden.
You see, as he says that, he looks directly towards you, Chet.
Well, I'm not exactly in touch with my ancestors, shall we say?
You see, as he begins to chuckle for a moment.
That's what you'd have yourself believe as much as you wish. But sin corrupts all.
And as he begins to say that, you expect him to sort of be affected astral nature and force that you all have dealt with so long. What you see is it doesn't affect him, but nothing happens. You notice as he begins to hold his hand, and you in between the legs of his fingertips, you notice as there are several astral coins about them. You see as he begins to play with them before eventually stacking them on top of one another, before just smiling for a moment.
So, you still have not answered my question. Why are you here? What do you desire?
Can I subtly try to bring that 1 minute cast back up?
They
without
let you
a
cast no spell. Hey, you try to do that? I mean, hey, you can try to make a sleight of hand check. It's with disadvantage. The DC is very difficult, but you can certainly try. You might be able to luck out of it.
All
We
bells.
We were sent here to clear the mine. It was for money. But if you want to know what I truly desire, I desire to go home. Do you have a way to escape Voden?
You seek my domain for simple gold, but you seek to leave. Seems to be that the prophecies of Odin ring true. Fate is quite convenient here on Voden. I actually do wield a way for you to leave. To leave this place and never return. Look below me, friend. You see this? This is a rift. A gateway to wherever you wish and desire. An escape from Voden. A way out. Many individuals, they seek to use this rift to leave to their own homes. Many have come through, and they have never sought to return. You can be one of them. You all could be one of them. But that is your choice. All I ask is that you pay the fee in gold.
I'm a little light on coin at the moment. But if we could come up with some kind of work contract, I would do anything to get back home.
Real quick, I want to make a Arcana check on this circle,
Sure. Go ahead.
because I don't trust a word this guy says.
Yeah, I'm looking at the circle too and trying to see what magic it resonates with.
Chet also
Uh,
make the same Arcana check?
Sure.
I will say, to my knowledge, more than likely, this will lead to like the 9 hells or something.
Well, not the 9 hells. In Voden or in Aurora, there are only 7 hells. Each hell is for a sin of greed. The layers like the pride layer, the envy layer, the greed layer, yada yada.
Yeah. Whatever happens, you're still being sent to hell, and then from there you'd have to somehow make it to another. And even then, I have no idea if that's possible.
So you look over at it, and strangely enough, it's not magical. It's just a deep pit with no magic. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Messing with you. 15 or 23. You would look over and you would see as it is a heavy, immense amount of magic that is sort of swirling about this area. It is seeking to consume almost anything that would touch it or go around it, as it is unstable at the moment. But you get the sense with that 23 now, and yeah, that 23, you'd probably get the sense that it is slowly stabilizing as those runes begin to complete. This is almost the equivalent of a teleportation circle, but one that would transcend the likes of realms. You know that, and Chet, you would know this, that typically rifts of this nature, they're very much wild, uncontained, to no end. To see that someone has been able to actually contain it somehow is almost an impossible feat. Yet here it is, remaining possible.
Ooh, Aaron's thinking of the possibilities of such a tool.
A 23, would I be able to tell, like, if it has a set destination, or is it malleable?
Probably straight to hell.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
But only because you're an artificer, and I gotta test you. So as a very, very smart individual with okay wisdom, now that you think about it, he might be onto something. If you were to travel, let's say from here to hell, you could then find your way home to one of the several planes of existence. Either there, or maybe to one of the planets. As what is forbidden, or what is extremely dangerous, is planet hopping, going from planet to planet. But no one said anything about traveling from, or using a plane as a middleman to prevent the damage and cataclysm that could ensue.
Yeah, that's been my entire theory about since I joined Aurora. Like, is that possible? Like, a middleman
But
do that?
there's only one way
So-
to find out.
Yeah.
If I may speak up, and I myself know the capabilities and the possibilities of magic.
He's a man of science.
I'm a man of science myself. This seems possible. I only have one question pertaining to the astral curse of Thoden. Should that infection spread to the hells, as you so portray, what will you deal with that? It is not something that is containable.
Let's see as they'll begin to speak and say.
As far as I'm concerned, that isn't of our concern. Nor, well, at least, or as long as no one is bringing it along with them. You all don't be seeming to wish to say, join us. You all seem to have a level heads, or at least compared to them. This should be no issue, as long as that remains the case.
And to have an educated guess, you're stuck on this side as well. So, it is also feasible for, if the astral curse, whomever it is, or whatever it is in general, catches wind of this, you It. All I'm saying is there's a lot of variability, and your home could be eradicated by this curse.
Well, then let's not bring in variability. This portal will be opening up very soon. In fact, it's almost finished as we speak. In several seconds, it will open up a portal to a new realm. You all are free to seek your escape from Voden. But if you don't want to be stopped or any issues, I advise you to pay the fee. If this is not what you wish or you seek, or what you seek, you all said that you are here for coin. Well, let me just say, I know people in high places, very, very wealthy places. 1,000 gold, very well, it's yours. 10,000, sure, pocket change for them. Even 1,000,000 wouldn't scratch a dent into their vault. If you wish to live like kings, all you must do is ask. But if you seek to escape, make your decision now. This thing will not last long. So, what will it be?
Let me ask you one last question. We have never said the word, yet you say the word. Meaning you might have ties to this infestation. Now, my knowledge doesn't portray to... My knowledge is vast. But if you wish to go home, it seems like, why not just go home? And then we'll deal with whatever you have left. If that is what you are desiring.
Because I do not seek to desire this. I do not desire to go home. I desire to make my home even better. And to make it even better, I simply need to give. And give and give. Like I wish to do to you.
What use do you have for such power?
Have you ever heard of the Golden Rule? Whoever has the gold makes the rules. To be able to wield the power and such, it would be me doing my part. I live like a king. Barely any worries left. And you can too. I seek only to help those misfortunate and misguided.
I would like to do an insight check on his entire presence.
Yeah.
Sure thing.
If
Go for it.
anybody would, if anybody has a better insight than
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think I have a +5.
Yeah, my insight sucks.
My insight
Plus
isn't
4.
great either.
Bushi's a +4.
Aaron's
Yeah.
sitting there like, here I am stuck
I guess.
between two parties in which I have no trust for.
I'm just gonna roll that.
Go for it. You can just all make an insight check.
Oh.
Up to you.
Nah, that ain't gonna happen.
7, 7, 13, and then Bushi. Fair enough. You guys are not. Oh, wait. Yeah, fair enough. You don't really. You don't sense any bit of deceit, but you also don't necessarily sense a bit of truth. This individual is a hard one to read. Bushi and Aaron, as far as you're concerned, they seem to be telling the truth. Chet and Nell, you're just not sure. So, what will it be, gentlemen? Do you guys want to find a way out or try to seek a way out of Voden? To free yourselves and escape? Be able to live a happier life? Or maybe even be able to carve a path for others to follow and to escape this hellhole? Or do you seek to complete the job, working for the council and staying on the likes of Voden to live out your days?
It doesn't matter what anyone else is going to do. Chet is definitely going to seek a way out of it.
Bushi says, I can't help but mistrust an infernal. Whatever this deal is, I think it's sweeter than it sounds sweeter than it actually is.
Such has been the case for all who have followed.
With Nell's Arcana, would you be able to any way determine if this is a permanent rift or is it a temporary?
It's definitely more so temporary. This guy is messing around with power and such. Now, granted, he seems very, very powerful in of itself, but, you know, this is rift magic and shit. This isn't something that is really meant to be stabilized with the source. If there is one chance that you got Nell and this guy is about to activate it in only several seconds, this seems like a pretty prime opportunity to try to use it. But it's up to you. It is up to you.
Answer me one question. Why can you say the word, and please be truthful, it will determine my next actions?
I may say the word that you know as corruption. I may speak it, because I was once tainted by it in truth. I fought it, I've dealt with it, but my benefactor, if you will, they were able to assist me in overcoming it. Though I live on, its effects have still never necessarily wavered. I have only gotten stronger in controlling it, so it does not harm those I do not wish it to. But...
And he kind of looks over towards Bushi.
if I need to utilize it, then I can, and I will.
Side note, gentlemen, we only got 25 more minutes in the session. Decision needs to be made soon, because we cannot go over to next week.
Understood. I think Bushi looks like he's ready to fight this, to fight Garthanon. Stupid or not, that's where he's at with this. I want to see what maybe the rest of the others are doing. I imagine this sort of like eyes shooting back and forth to each other, trying to guess what each other are thinking right now. Does that make sense?
Nell looks over to Aaron.
Aaron's
Your
very...
thoughts?
Old friend, I'm conflicted. I want information, I want power, I want access, I want resources, I want everything that I need to rebuild the forces that we had once upon a time to maybe end the conflict that we failed. On the other hand, I look at the wall of crystals. I'm feeling like yeet. saying that.
All right.
Part of me wants to yeet a crystal into that unstable portal.
All right. And he kind of walks over to the. Well, you've given me all of the answers I've needed, which is great. Thank you. But sadly, we're going to have to quarantine you. And he pulls his rifle out. Hopefully, he can make a shot.
As you do, you look over, and it seems to be that the portal and the rift begins to open immediately. And as it does, you look over to try to take a shot towards him. He's not necessarily surprised, so you probably wouldn't be able to get a surprise round off of him.
No.
But he looks over as you pull out the rifle.
Very well. Your loss.
And Garthanon, whether you shoot him or not, he's gonna take one step, two.
Would I be able to disrupt the ritual that's right in front of me? Any of the circle and stuff with my knowledge, would I be
Probably
able to?
not. You just don't know.
Okay.
You just don't know enough about like infernal magic and all that sort of stuff. You kind of be able to deal with it. But you'll see as he takes one step, two steps, and he will drop into the infernal portal down below.
That will also go in.
Oh boy!
Oh.
As Chet, they will drop down in the portal with them. I will keep your token over here for the sake of you being able to see.
Nell's gonna go look over at these devils on the
Go
side.
look over, and the spine devils are looking over at Garthanon, and they see the legs of this situation. They're looking for a way out because they're not trying to die. They value their lives. They're looking to fly over into the portal as well. So you can try to stop them, but they're getting ready to head over into there. It's up to you, or you if you want to let them or not. But Chet jumped on in.
Well, shit.
Make it. Got 10 seconds to make a decision, y'all. Bushi, what you doing?
Bushi goes in.
All right, Aaron, what are you doing?
Aaron, I will say, we don't know what's in the hells, and with him being like that, I do not trust that the infection or curse, whatever it may be, will be there. And I do not trust him to be able to maintain that forever. It will infect. It always infects. We can stay here and do what we need. I've lived this long to know any way possible there is a chance. And with the current soulbound or anything else, we still have a chance. There's always going to be another cycle.
I'm twitching on the edge, thinking of the escape, thinking of joining a greener pasture elsewhere after all this time that I've spent here watching, regretting, and suffering, twitching on the edge as Nell's words starts fighting. My eyes glowing on and off, blue and natural, as you could tell the soul is in conflict. And finally, I just electric rage outburst, almost Avatar Aang style, just spitting elements into the wind, just burst electrical energy left and right from me, and take a couple steps back.
Fine. But I don't trust the council with this.
Neither do I. I use them for cash, mainly it, to fund my stuff. They're the best that I've had to deal with. I do not trust the Velkin, nor the Dynasty. They're all asshats, and I don't want to deal with mongering armies and hierarchy and honor and all that shit. I can't deal with it. Money's what speaks right now. And there's the current Soulbound. I haven't seen what they have capable yet, but with this current tournament, it's their best shot.
that,
And he kind of
Go
looks
back
over to the.
against the wall.
you'll see as eventually.
He looks at the two devils and is like, "Get in there if you're going home."
Oh no, they were already doing that. I was about to describe it. You see as they'll eventually they'll begin to flow in, and with that, you see as the rift begins to continue swirling and more. 6 seconds pass.
Nell is going to take out a journal and start walking around it, just taking in every note he can, memorizing with his keen mind feat every detail about this circle.
And as you do, the rift, the energy within it, begins to fade, and the portal begins to deactivate. Now, there's one final thing to solidify this. So, now you're at another conundrum. Chet and Bushi just jumped in there. Now, granted, you don't really know them that well, you know, but you were tasked, if you're sort of choosing to work for the council, you're tasked to make sure this is no longer an issue or a problem. You don't know how this portal works. You guys are smart enough to know if you want this problem to be solved, you need to destroy this thing. But if you do destroy it, Bushi and Chet are lost in wherever the hell they go, probably forever, or until they figure out another way to get out if they want to. Choice is yours. Need a decision quick. Decide on whether you're going to destroy the portal or not.
He's just going to take all the notes he can around and figure out any detail that he can muster about this to possibly recreate it in the future.
Easy enough. I'll mark that down.
I want to collapse the entrances to this. I want to prevent access, and I want this to I want it to stay, and I want to return to it. I want to take its knowledge and its ability. I want Nell to reconstruct it. This has a lot of possibilities to do what Aaron wants in this world. Especially if it can be reversed and take stuff from other realms.
So you're saying that, okay. How do you want to collapse it? Do you want to collapse the entrance? Because if you collapse the entrance, they can still, people can, like, assuming, like, the worst case scenario, they can still form out of the portal and then just remove it and then just, you know, everything happens again. Or are you collapsing the entrance, like, this entire room on top of itself and then coming back later? That'd probably be your best bet, to be honest.
They'd probably... Nell would start collecting crystals into his bag of holding, and I think the best possibility is collapsing the entire room. Nell has enough connections and funds to dig it back up. But he's probably going to walk over and use his tools to somehow deactivate it if he could figure out how to deactivate it, but also reactivate it later on.
All right. Now, you guys got inspiration. So, here's what I need you to do. If you want to try to deactivate this thing, it will be a DC 22 Arcana check to try to deactivate it and be able to reactivate it whenever you so choose. It's a DC 20 to deactivate it, and that's it. So,
I will give you as much help as you need.
I'll help you as much as you need, old friend.
Okay, so I get advantage with that. Does inspiration stack onto that for a third die?
So it works even better. You basically, when you use inspiration, you get to roll an entire new thing with advantage as well.
Okay. I'm also adding guidance.
All right. I'm to clash with this little thing. Go ahead, make
Okay.
your Arcana check.
Oh.
13 ain't doing it. Second one. 10 ain't doing it. That said, you using advantage or using your inspiration?
Yeah.
Go for it. One last try.
Come on.
24. Barely,
Okay.
barely.
Oh, shoot!
As you do so, you begin to start immediately trying to inscribe all the runes as much as you can. Aaron using all the bits of electricity and more as you combine your powers.
That'd be a 27.
27. Eventually, you see as the runes begin to deactivate once more. For the sake of brevity, between all of this, because we're running out of time. You guys grab the likes of your crystals that you need and so wish for, and you guys begin to collapse the likes of this or this entire room. to
Yeah, as
return
far as
towards
collapsing,
Equilibrium.
I'm just gonna randomly shoot, seeing all these crystals and wild magic surges. As we leave, I'm just gonna randomly start pelting Eldritch Blast, electric balls at every single corner of the wall, just hoping some of them destroy the structure.
Fair enough, fair enough. All right.
Yeah, he's probably just shooting off whatever
So,
needs to be.
the last sort of thing, before we go into where you two go, let's see exactly where Chet and Bushi begin to go. Oh, brother, goddamn.
Oh,
Oh
man,
boy.
they're gonna need a whole new campaign to figure out where the hell they're at.
Well,
Or
welcome
one
here.
shot. Oh wow.
You look over and you begin to see as Garthanon looks over as they notice you here. And eventually, they just begin to chuckle for a moment. And as they do, they begin to speak and say,
Welcome to your new home. I hope it is as you like and what you all thought it was. If you seek to leave even this domain, you can certainly try. But the best of luck with that. I have a couple of meetings to attend to. But, my friends, you may feel free to join. What else better things do you have to do now that you are in hell? Besides, this is Greed's lair. Why not make a bit of coin while you're at it? Why don't you? Choice is yours. But regardless, I'm leaving. So, are you choosing to waddle around in this pit of despair and end up like the rest of these individual corpses? Or do you wish to join me and at least enjoy your stay here?
looks over to both of you.
I'll do what I have to in order to get back to that place. I will serve.
Go ahead.
Bushi steps forward, and he simply nods.
Oh man, the gears are turning.
There you go.
As you begin to say this and you begin to nod, Chet, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead and you can finish.
I didn't remember. I don't remember what I was gonna say.
And I will
Been there, been there. You'll see as you'll begin to speak and say,
Very well. Brother Greed. We'll have work for you. He always has work for you.
and with that, oh boy, Bushi and Chet, I'ma need y'all for something. We're gonna talk, but I'ma need y'all for a specific campaign for some cameos and such. I'ma need you for a certain Warforged individual for whenever they get to talking. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh man, Zamon's gonna be like, who the fuck are y'all? Oh man, this is gonna be funny. Well, in the meanwhile, in the likes of the Forbidden Expanse, to wrap everything up. So, I assume you guys returned back to Sandy Deer Tavern, right? Aaron and
We're not going back in if that's what you're asking. If that's what is the implied.
Well, it's kind of like you kind of have to go back in to sort of return back to your quest and like kind of get the one guy or whatever. I mean, regardless, you kind of know what happened, so it's not like it's dangerous or anything like that. Especially because you know that individual's there. But if you don't want to and you want to do something else, again, by all means, go for it. Not gonna really stop you, you know.
I need to talk to him.
Yeah.
I kind of want what you were talking about in that one message about trying to use him to talk about do something to my shit.
Hey, Bushi and Cheddar back.
No. Well, they're only here. They're only here just so they can actually see the seed and all that stuff. But yeah, that's it. If you guys want to follow, like I think you should be able to see everything. But if you need to like follow along with your tokens, go for it. But eventually, as you guys begin to return back to the Sandy Deer Tavern, exiting out the cave, and eventually heading upwards, the same scene begins to play out before you, just as when you arrive towards the likes of the cave. You see the likes of the miners kind of grumbling about, pissed off about devils and fiends kicking it in the likes of the mines that they work in. Is there anything you say to him, no?
Guess what? It's back open. Good luck.
Wait, what?
As they look.
What do you?
They don't-
Whoa! And they kind of rush over at you, and then you're just already gone. What the fucking loony bins?
As you see him laughing to himself.
As this is happening, you'll see as the councilman seems to be sort of, or pretty much just in the middle of the entire room, looking over and kind of just waiting for you. They're not facing the likes of the bartender. They're looking over directly at you almost expectantly. You see as they do so, they'll look over and begin to speak and say, "Ah, finally. Now, do you have what was requested?"
Well, the mine has been taken care of,
And he kind of opens the bag and pulls out one of the rocks.
I assume this is what you're looking for.
It is. Very
Well,
good.
there's a lot more of it in that mine.
And he kind of stashes it back in it. Actually, he hands it over to him.
Thank you. Thank you kindly. And you see as he kind of begins to place or connect the crystal towards their staff, and as they do, immediately smashing it together, you see as he looks over and begins to say, "Ah, perfect. This shall do the trick. But before we continue to let these individuals go about their business as they should have, there are a couple of individuals I'd like to introduce you to for a time. Care to join me?"
I'm glad you didn't say us.
I considered it.
A sense of humor. Rare for an
Those
undead.
chuckles.
You'd be surprised what we truly wield and don't. Let's see as he begins to look over, and as he opens the likes of the curtains. Oh boy, you thought this shit was empty? No, sir. You look over and you see as there are several individuals all sitting crisscross amongst the likes of the several pillows and more. And you can kind of hear the clinking of glass as they're pouring the bits of wine and feasting on differing delicacies and such. All of four of these individuals that you walk in to see, they are all of high noble status. In fact, the highest noble status of the Kalani Council. Well, why? Because they are the council. As you see as these four individuals about. Well, see as the councilman, Ariman, will begin to look over and say, Like I said, sometimes these soul-bound individuals or individuals of the past, they can be of use. Don't you see? You should be a little bit more open next time, Neblos. We'll see as he begins to speak, or the individual who has these golden horns of the sorts. Very well. It is my mistake to misjudge. Now, come, gather forth, and please tell me your names, if you would. You'll see as they all begin to eye you entirely. You can almost feel them piercing through your souls for a moment as they kind of motion for you to kind of stand in the open area over here. The guards themselves, they definitely grip the likes of their weapons, staring you down intensely. As you do.
Now,
do you direct outside or inside?
He will be at the door. Just
Gotcha.
kind of. Yes, Derek's gonna sit on the seat. I don't know. He's just in that area next to the door. Nell kind of does a, not really a, like half bow and says, "My name is Neltabap of the Technology Guild of Ketu. It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintances."
I am Aaron.
You'll see as he looks over. Fair enough. You'll see as the individual towards the left will begin to speak and saying, "I am Councilman Neblos. Pleasure to see individuals in favor of the council doing us such a good deed." Look over towards the individual towards the right. Councilman Alpal. You can refer to me as Opal for now. See the individual towards the south begin to speak. Councilman Yazid. Look kind of over towards you and begin to eye exactly your sort of, or your face, Aaron. Look towards the marking upon it. Look over towards the woman who seems to be very much disinterested in all of this, but not even like looking at you or paying attention. More so, she'll begin to say, "Councilwoman Oscar." Now, what exactly, Ariman, did you want to bring these individuals here for? Well, it seems to be that one of these individuals, they wield a mark like us. But it seems to be that they've been here a little longer than us. They sought an audience with us. They dealt or they did what they needed to, and it will be checked. And if not completed to our standing or standard, you will be slain. That is sure. But, for now, you may obtain the information or ask what you wish. Speak now. I see that some of our, how you say, council folk, their patience is running thin with things.
My personal, for the reward that was offered. For my time here in Ketu, I wish for an increased budget for my inventions, such as any plans over to direct. It requires funding, and my knowledge of the past is sharp as ever, and it will be of use and availability to the council. And for a personal itch that I have, I wish to, once this upcoming tournament is resolved, I wish to assist the council in uncovering the secrets of the reward and be brought to light to the council of my findings.
Nell, are you deceiving them in any way, shape, or form, or are you 100% honest?
100% honest.
Alright. Look over towards you. No need for a deception check, but look and see. You'll see a smile begin to curl up amongst the likes of Opal's face. But then, Ahriman will begin to look over and speak and say, "Fair enough. We might have use for an engineer of your standing and knowledge. You see, Ketu is a very technological, advanced place compared to our competitors. To advance ourselves further, that is exciting. But what of you, Marked One? What is it that you seek?"
I seek to further my journey. And I seek to know the possibilities of restoring the mark. Invitation to the tournament. And I put my hand over my eye. A little more power.
Look over it, and as they do so, Zed will look towards his hands and then, "This is not mine. Neblos, this is yours. This is your mark. But it resides in this eye. I've never seen such a thing." Neblos will look over.
It's old.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, 'tis old, councilman. Very old.
Neblos will look over and begin to speak and say, "Very well. I think that I can, but no promises on what the result might be. I've been playing around with a couple of things. Maybe this will prove itself useful." You'll see as he begins to hold out his hand, and you actually see as Councilman Neblos has on the palm a red triangle mark exactly like yours. Begins to activate it for a moment as he says, "Focus on it for a bit, please."
'Tis hard to turn away.
As you do, you begin to look forth for a moment, and you notice as visions of the past, the future, the present, you're not sure, they all begin to become true for a moment. You see yourself, or your future self? You're not sure. But regardless, you see yourself at a tournament. You see multiple individuals. You, alongside the council, begin to look on. You keep a watchful eye before eventually you notice as you begin to activate your mark, you see as several other individuals begin to glow red. You notice as a Warforged palm begins to glow red. An oculi of the sorts, with two horns, almost similar to a tiefling, his palm grows red. A purple tiefling dressed in a suit, wielding multiple guns, or a specific gun or revolver of the sorts, his palm glows red. These three individuals, it begins to glow and more. The last one that you see another individual kind of next to the council. A massive mushroom or a myconid. Her palm crackling with lightning, red lightning, but their palm finally glows red as you all connect. Many individuals throughout the legs of it begin to continue glowing for a moment before eventually it stops. The last individual that you would see, though, is the legs of a Leonin warrior preparing for a fight. The visions end for a moment, and Neblos and Ahriman begin to... Well, Ahriman will probably begin to speak and say, "You see it, the visions and such. Those visions. This is a new finding of Councilman Neblos and his power over the soul found in the Red Sage. This can be yours, this future reality. But," and they look towards both of you. This is the final thing. "You must pledge yourself to the council. If you wish to accompany us, you work for us. You do what we say, with no disdain. If you don't, I wish you the best of luck finding a way to Bayani. So, what will it be?" And you see, as much as it looks like they're kind of trying to present it as you have a choice, you see the soldiers or whatever in the room, they're kind of gripping their swords. You really don't have a choice, my friend.
I figured as much.
Nell takes his decorated cane and almost like takes a knee and slightly bows. I have resided in this city for as long as most can remember. If not here, if not for the council, I would not have achieved what I have in the short period of time that I have gained it. So you have my devotion.
I look over towards Aaron.
Fine. I will stay your leashed dog for the time. We'll see what the future holds. Whatever it takes to help us achieve our goal.
Very well, but actually, I would like to add one thing to this. You'll see as Oscar will begin to speak. Don't look at it as if you're being a dog. Also just a helper, if you will. In fact, I'll tell you what. We can even renegotiate this thing, but... You see, Ahriman, they don't know these individuals, and we can use that. Tell me. Well, actually, no. That's what I need from you. And what is your name again? And they kind of look towards you, Aaron.
Feeling a little bit more trapped and a bigger need for honesty here, I reveal both names. I'm Aaron, and Arxus. We have always served the Red Sage.
Perfect, wonderful, wonderful. Anyhow, you're going to do a task for me. You see, there is one individual I request. There was a certain Yon T individual, a woman, very powerful, very dangerous. She goes by the name of Nephiba Morga, but now Phoebe. You're going to find them, and you are going to track them and tail them, but also you are going to befriend them, if you will. And as you do, you will need to report, get in good with the likes of each and every single one of them. But there is a bit of issues with that. There is a couple of individuals who might be a little on edge. The one who uses a blindfold, I believe her name is Ilva. You will make sure that she is not a problem, along with the Fierbolg named Sirius. Krelin and Miseria, Aarakocra and Shadurkai, those individuals might be a potential problem, but you shall be fine if you instead look to exploit the oculi individual named Zale and the reborn would-be lich, if you will, Navro. They seem to be more friendlier than the others. Become friends with them and work your way in and find this Phoeba Morga. Simply report back anything that you find, and then you will be off your leash. I would ask you if you understand, but you damn well better. Ahriman, you know what to do. And with that, you'll see as Ahriman will slam the staff down, and you'll see as an astral light, or excuse me, a red light will begin to go through the entire tavern. Thank you, gentlemen. I'd ask you what happened to the others, but we already know. Regardless, the people of this tavern are now free. And that is to your thanks. Now grab your things. We leave at once. And you'll see as he'll begin to start conjuring the likes of an arcane spell. And with that, for the sake of brevity, you all grab your things, whether you want to or not, because you are at the Kalani Council's will. You begin to prepare yourself for the Tournament of Bayani. And as you two do that, Bushi and Chet, you prepare yourself for the business meeting of a lifetime with the sin of greed. So that, my friends, that will be the end of the campaign. Greed of Garthanon. Oh man. I did not expect that route from Chet and Bushi. Holy shit.
Let's face it, if nobody jumped in the portal, it was a wasted opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
That
so
was
many crazy
That's
things.
so. I could just see that like at the season finale of an anime before you get 2 years wait time.
Oh man, I'm gonna need all y'all. I'm gonna need all y'all for stuff. That's
I
interesting.
said- Am I like full soulbound again, or
Well, not really.
To be
More so,
determined.
you're about as like a soulbound as like Neblos or whatever. You're still failed soulbound and all that, but you get a little bit of your powers. But also on top of that, so here's what happens. So
closer and closer? Eventually.
Nell and Aaron. Oh wait, actually no. That was only with the Dynasty campaigns because I got go-go juiced. But you guys all do level up for whenever I need you guys for cameos and crossovers. Congratulations. You guys jump up to level 8. You skip over level 7.
Oh,
Yay!
cool. More goodies.
So there you go. All right, y'all. I appreciate you guys for being able to tune. We'll be able to tune in for everybody watching the stream and all that. I do really appreciate the likes of the players for Greed of Garthanon for being able to be a part of this journey. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves because it was a wild ride. Super glad that we were able to sort of get everything going. Now, as per usual, if you do got to go, by all means, get going and all that stuff. I got to run this quick giveaway and all that. If you want to stay in chat and just talk it out and like hang out with each other for a little bit, by all means, go ahead and do so. Also, you can join into the giveaway. Actually, well, you can't join into the giveaway because it's closed now, but you know what I mean. All right, y'all. I'll be back in about 10-ish minutes. I will see y'all later. Alright. So, thank you guys again for everybody who was watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Now it is time for giveaway time. For those of you who are on YouTube, I'm going to end the VOD over on there because there's no point in including this in the YouTube VOD because, you know, it's going to just get... I don't want to make the VOD a little bit longer than it needs to be. So everybody on YouTube, head over to twitch.tv/SenseiSuplex if you can. That is twitch.tv/SenseiSuplex or Sensei_Suplex. You will find it there. I'll see if I can link it real quick. There you go. All right, y'all. Jump on in over there and yeah. All right, let's do this over here. Oh my God. Thank you. All right, y'all. Let's run over to this describe giveaway. So, my friends, everybody, before we get started, so if you guys don't know, this is a giveaway thanks to the likes of Describe, and we're giving away a Celestial tier subscription. For those of you guys who don't know what Describe is, also, let me fix my camera real quick. So for those of you guys who don't know what Describe is, essentially Describe is an awesome service. I actually know the people who make it. They're freaking awesome people. And they actually help give you guys descriptions to really flavor and enhance your D&D games. So if you've ever struggled when it comes to describing abilities, spells, monsters, whatever, you name it, they got you covered. If you're a dungeon master and you need help describing scenes and kind of how things act, they gotcha. Whether you're a player, it doesn't matter. But also what Describe is actually just releases. They actually just released a awesome little new addition to their sort of portfolio where they actually give out multiple sounds and bits of music for you guys to use in your D&D games or TTRPG games all alike. It's freaking awesome, and today they're actually going to be giving out the Celestial tier subscription that is $175 worth of value. Now, I will say this. Hey, if you don't necessarily win the likes of this giveaway, that's more than fine because I got you covered. I was able to talk to Describe and they were able to hook us up in celebration for the 10,000 followers that we hit on TikTok. So essentially, you guys can use my code or my link to Describe. I'm going to post it down in